was a comment that was made on Facebook the other day about being a submissive woman. They were saying that a submissive woman controls her man, and I agree with that. I think until we begin to talk in honesty and transparency and stop pandering to both sides, especially to the sisters, because there is so much entitlement, and because men have been quiet for so long, and it's been the men that has been quiet were the type of men that y'all really need to be listening to. The men that doing the most talking ain't the ones, they don't have nothing to say anyway.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, man, holding it down for Kandid Konvos. Definitely check us out every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. People today, they lazy. Ain't nobody trying to put in no work. If stuff start getting a little rough in the relationship or in the marriage, ain't nobody trying to fix nothing. Like, I mean, that's how people's mindsets are today. Yeah, but that's how I know that folks don't truly understand what marriage was about, because they tap out way too easy. Yeah, you see people fight harder for a job, like they can't go get another one of them in 2 weeks. Yeah, she's talking about these guys coming to these foreign countries and sourcing out these foreign women because they possess these character traits. Yep, they're more cooperative when it comes to a man, or they're more cooperative when it comes to a marriage and a relationship. They're more, nurturing forward when it comes to a relationship. They're more I don't even want to use the word soft, but I'll use the word soft. They're softer when it comes to, these relationships and interactions with men and so forth. And like I said, we definitely got to be honest. We see a difference, right? We see a difference. And I think, Chloe and Tay made some good points earlier. A lot of this stuff is based around money over here in the West. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Kandid Konvos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Coco on deck. We got Cole on deck tonight. Say what's up to the people, y'all. You on mute.
Oops. Hey, everybody. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, man. Shout out to y'all joining us tonight. Let's say, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Hit that subscribe as well for all my YouTube folks out there. But man, definitely smash that like button, man. Likes are free, and y'all got to stop being stingy with these likes. So definitely smash that like button, man. That's how we get seen. That's how we get exposed. That's how we get these great conversations out to as many of our people as possible. So definitely smash that like button for us. Yeah, what just happened? Hold on. Cole still down there? Oh, there she go. Okay. All right. So we got a full deck over here. We got Coco. We got Hurst hopped on. We got Beatbox. We got Cole. Oh, it's going down tonight. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me do this real quick as we get into this conversation. I got to get myself caught up here. All right. All right, cool. Here's the link to join us on the panel. You can drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge. If you're coming through Apple device, come on through your Apple device. Man, join us up on the panel, man. Don't be scared, man. Get in on this conversation. Bring your perspective. Like I said, we want to hear from everybody. You know what I'm saying? We know everybody's different. Everybody's experienced different things. If everybody has a different walk in life. So, man, bring your perspective to the conversation, man, and let's have it. Outside of the video feed here, we also have this link in the chat feeds as well. So you can catch it at the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube or Facebook. Like I said, because we are live on both sites right now, YouTube and Facebook. So, man, once again, smash that like button. We got the link up here. Let us know. If you need it any other way, we'll get it to you, but we'll lead us up here as we get into the conversation. All right, I think we good. Okay, so let me see who we got checking in real quick. Let's see. Shout out to the Real One. He said, hello, everyone. Hope you're well. Appreciate you, Real One, hopping on with us tonight. Holding us down. YouTube in the building. Shout out to Kenyatta in the building. She said, happy Wednesday. What's going on, Kenyatta? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight as well. Holding us down. All right. I think that's everybody. Okay. Well, let me check in with the panel up here. I see something going on. So we got Herschel and we got Beatboxer and Cole. So what's going on, y'all? I see y'all done hopped on here. I see Beatboxer going at it with Cole in the background over here. What's going on? What's going on?
I just saw it drop off. I was just being a smarty pants.
It's not my fault. I just moved in, so internet is not in the house yet. So.
Wait a minute. Now she ain't got that pay as you go. What you got going on down there, Cole?
I don't have anything just yet. I literally just got my stuff moved in a couple hours ago.
Oh, okay. All right, we're gonna give you a pass tonight. We're gonna give you a pass. All right. Let me see what else we got. Let's see. Donovan said, hey, fam. What's going on, Donovan? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight. Holding us down as well. All right. I think we got everybody. Hirsch, I don't know if you want to say something, man, or you just chilling right now. What's going on with you, man?
Yeah, I just said I'll try to be on time today.
No, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate it, man. We think we talking a little marriage today, man. But let me go ahead and drop this title. I'm going to drop this link down for a minute, and y'all let us know if y'all need that. But let me go ahead and drop this title. We get on into it. Topic for tonight, is marriage worth it for Black women? I got to sit on that for a minute, is it? Huh. Okay, let me run that back. Is marriage worth it for Black women? Yeah, y'all playing with me tonight. Okay. I see. I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all do back there. Let's see, who is this right here? Kenyatta said, oh, congrats, Cole, on your new home. Oh, okay, she's showing you a little love.
It's hot down here.
Yeah, shout out to Cole. Yeah, no, shout out to that. Like I said, congratulations. Like I said, we're all for growth and moving forward. So shout out to that. Do what you do. Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. All right, well, yeah, we guess we gonna get on into this. Let me see what we got down here.
Have been told a lie that if you do meet the right person.
Hold on, she went too quick.
I think we all have been told a lie that if you do meet the right person or the person that's absolutely perfect for you, that you will have your happily ever after, because that is absolutely a lie. I don't know why we have this brainwashed thinking that once you meet this person, you have to stick it out with this person through good or bad, through right or wrong, through ups and downs. You don't have to do that. Like, marriage isn't for you to suffer in, it's for you to grow in. And more people, because we did not have these type of conversations from the older generation telling us the truth about their marriage because they were holding up some type of pride, or most likely it was just like really their ego. But like, I don't even want to say that, because back then they were reliant on each other. They were very codependent. But now we have the opportunity to be our own selves, and maybe that will be the downfall of our human like growth. But then at the end of the day, My happiness is my priority, and you cannot be in a successful marriage with anybody if you don't take care of yourself first.
Man, hold on, man. I know I didn't. Hold on.
The older generation telling us the truth about their marriage, thinking that once you meet this person, you have to stick it out with this person through good or bad, through right or wrong, through ups and downs. You don't have to do that. Like, marriage isn't for you to suffer in, it's for you to grow in. And more people, because we did not have these type of conversations from the older generation telling us the truth about their marriage because they were holding up some type of pride, or most likely it was just like really their ego. But like, I don't even want to.
Okay. All right, topic for the night. I had to run that back. I had to make sure I heard what I thought I heard. Topic for the night is marriage worth it for Black women? Okay, well, drop a comment. Let me know what y'all say. I need to write. Hold on, what's the right sound for this? I don't even know. No,
Stop
that
the
ain't
cap.
it. Hold on. Yeah, I don't even know what to write. I'm trying to figure out.
Stop the cap.
I don't know which. Hold on. Let me try one more. Hold on. Let me see. That might have been it. Let me one more. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that one right there was a little more fitting. Okay, yeah, drop y'all comment. Let me know what y'all say on this one. Let's see. Shout out to Victoria Williams in the building. What's going on, Victoria? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight. She said that's your vow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that right there. Let's see. Kenyatta said the right sound. The right sound is dummy. Yeah, I don't even have that down here, Kenyatta. I don't have that one. Donovan said, ain't that in the vows? Yeah. Y'all be losing me, man. Y'all, I'm coming to the panel, man. Coco, you up first. Go ahead.
I mean, I was just about to say, like, unless you wrote your own vows, which some people do, right? Didn't you have to recite that? Like sickness and health, rich or poor, to death do us part. Like, literally, that's the vows. And that's why when people say marriage is just a piece of paper, I go, that's because you guys don't really understand the level of commitment that comes along with that piece of paper, right? It's not just a piece of paper. It's the whole thing, right? This is why you need to recite those, right? You are making a vow to a person, right? And these people that's standing around, whether it's two people or however many, they are witnessing this vow that you're making. It's a commitment. It's a covenant that you're entering into, right? So it's not just about, I understand the paper is for the legal part of it, but that's just for the legal part of it. There's the spiritual part aspect of it. There's the mental and emotional part, right? Like there's all the other things that matter way more than just the paper, right? And I think that people miss that part. In her other video, she said she'd been married for 7 years. And I'm like, I'm not going to poo-poo on your 7 years, okay? Because 7 years of marriage is good. That's you know what I'm saying? I'm not poo-pooing all over that. But after you've been married for 18, then come back to me and tell me that, you know, marriage is, if you want to be happily married, you got to put yourself first. Please be married for an extended period of time and then come back to tell me that it's about putting yourself first. Because if marriage was about putting yourself first, I don't even understand, would men marry? If marriage was about putting yourself first, would men at this point be getting married? What part in the, if let's just go with this, y'all want a traditional man. Y'all keep saying that, right? I won't even go with the gender roles. I'll just go from the perspective of y'all saying y'all want traditional men. So why would a traditional man with traditional values, because when we say traditional, I believe we mean value systems, right? Because none of us are traditional. We're all modern people living a part of a modern society. So when you say traditional, it makes me think you're saying values, right? So why would a man with traditional values, why would he then decide, I'll mute you for a minute, Cole. I think Cole has background noise.
Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, why would he, if it's about him putting himself first, why would he get married? Because what in his role, right, based off him being traditional, would say he needs to put himself first? What part of his role he gets to put himself first?
Right.
What part? Or is it when it's time for women to speak about how they want their marriage to go, it's about them putting themselves first? When men talk about marriage, it's about obligation, it's about duty, it's about commitment. When women speak about marriage, it's about happiness and what's going to make me happy and what he's going to provide for me. I feel like that's all we hear. Like, men and women speak about marriage in completely different ways. And so this is what will have you run into the internet after being married to a man for 7 years that you say is a good man and y'all don't really have no issues. But that's what will have you run into the internet to tell us that you don't think you can do this and you're just so unhappy and it's not even that he's a bad guy. And it's like, girl, that's for your closest friend or confidant. That's not for the internet. Don't do that. You said you've been married for 7 years. Here's a tip to be happily married. Quit putting your business out in the streets. If you want to stay happily married, don't do that. See, the reason why some of them old people didn't tell you about all the stuff that they went through in their marriage is not because of pride, like she said. It's not because of ego, like she said. It's because they knew better. Okay? It's not your business. Of course they went through things. Everyone goes through things in a marriage. But it's not everybody's business what I'm going through with my husband. It's not your business. And if I want to stay married, I better not be telling you what's going on in my marriage. Y'all want to know why the happily married women, why are the happily married women? Why the happily married men don't even saying nothing? You know why we don't say nothing? Because we don't want y'all nasty attitudes and y'all hatred for men. We don't want y'all Miss Sandry all up in our business. We don't want it because we're happy. And we want to stay happy. And we know to stay happy, we need to keep y'all out our business. That's why we're not on the internet every other day telling y'all how happy we are and telling y'all about our good man and telling y'all about. That's why, because we're smart. We know better. So them old people, they weren't lying to you. Nobody lied to you. You know who lied to you? I'll take that back. Society lied to you. Society lied to you when they told you that your main priority should be happy. How are you going to grow? You said growth. Marriage is about growth. I'll go with that. But how are you going to grow in a situation where you're never challenged?
Right.
How do you grow in a situation where the other person next to you who's supposed to be helping you grow never challenges you, never has expectations for you, never has any type of leadership notes or comments or doesn't provide any type of structure that you're then supposed to follow? None of that. How do you grow? You don't. Oh, you mean when you stay at your job and every year you get 25-cent raise? You mean that kind of growth? Because I'm confused. How do you get there? How do you achieve your goals without some type of challenge, without some type of, there has to be something that grows you. That's what marriage does. It takes a mirror, puts it to your face and says, these are all the things about yourself that you need to work on, that this other person is going to bring out of you. That's the growth. Women don't understand what they're getting into when they go into marriage. That's what it is. They don't know. Men understand that there's a level of commitment that they're making. They understand obligation. They understand commitment. They understand that better than women, which is why men are now saying, I don't want it. Because they're having to consider the possibility of going into a commitment where they're obligated, they're loyal, they're committed to women like this, that's going to come back in 7 years and say, I'm not happy. And then when you ask them what's wrong, nothing.
Yeah, it's real right there. Let me see these comments and I'm going to come right back to the panel. Let's see. Kenyatta said, let's see. Yeah, she just went viral for the BS she's saying. I watched one video and kept moving. Yeah, I think we might have a supplementary video too of her. let's see. Shout out to my guy Joe in the building. He said maybe we should take cues from women, be more selfish, put our happiness first. 2, level the playing field. Don't bring knives to a gunfight. Man, let's wait a minute, Joe. Hold on, Joe. This giving passport, Joe. Hold on, man. What you mean, Joe? Joe's got that undertone on it, man. Let's see. Victoria Williams said maybe she meant that you have to do self-care, fill your cup, so you can pour into his. Okay, you know what? Hold that thought, Victoria. I got a supplemental video of this young lady. We're gonna see if that's what she meant. See, Donovan said drama vultures. Okay, hear that right there. So beatboxing Joe going back and forth. That's why some dudes. Here we go. That's why some dudes are getting passports and rolling out of here. Here we go with this passport stuff again. Joe co-signing. Bingo. Man, see, here y'all go with this stuff, man. Let's see. Donovan said, let's see, can't spell or speak testimonials without the test. No, that's facts. See, Joe said, let's see, I actually don't blame women for putting their happiness first. I do the same, much less stress. Huh. Okay. All right, Joe. I hear it. See, shout out to my guy J.U. Griffin in the building. He said you have to remember that many women just want the wedding and perks, not the work and the responsibilities. J.U., my question to this comment is, and I said, I agree with you. My question is, though, is where is that coming from? Yeah, where is that coming from? Where are the ladies getting that mentality from? Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna get into the marriage, you in the marriage, and it comes with responsibilities and work. So I don't know too many situations, and I don't know everybody, but I don't know too many situations where you got long-term committed situations where somebody is just in the wedding and the perks, but they're not doing essentially not doing a piece, especially for something long-term. So Jay, you give me that response, man. Why is this? Where is that mentality coming from? If I can just go do the wedding and just bypass the marriage part, and anything gonna work out and be successful and go long-term. Somebody got to explain that to me. See, Kenyatta said, let's see, have you seen these SM weddings and social media weddings and TV weddings? Yeah, no, well, okay. So I think, okay. So I guess if we're going to take that view on it, then it could be on the social media celebrity thing, right? So we see celebrities get married all the time and they married for 6 months, talking about they want half and some alimony. So I've seen that. I'm just speaking more of the average space, because it don't necessarily look like that in the average space with regular folks. So, yeah, that's where I'm going with that. But no, this is valid, Kenyatta. See, Victoria Williams said, let's see, woo, it's for sure a responsibility and work. I've been catching some little undertones on some stuff today. But this is true. This is true. All right, Kenyatta said that's exactly where it's coming from. Okay, so yeah, social media, celebrities and all of that stuff. Okay. So I can feel that. All right, let me come on back to the panel. Man, Civil, Herschel, Beatboxer, Joe just came up. Y'all want to say anything? Just come off mute, say what you want to say. Anybody? Everybody good? Go ahead, Joe.
Can you hear me? Yes, you can.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So just simply, for me, happiness is not necessarily ease or comfort, because I get happiness out of working out, sweating, and that process. It's not fun, but it's the pleasure I get, the happiness I get as a result of having gone through those challenges, facing things head on, like Chloe just said earlier. So it's not happiness in the sense of an easy life or easy anything. My thing is,
I might not have no reception. Are you on the Wi-Fi?
Wait, hold on, Joe. Hold on.
Come on. Hit it for me. I don't think I'm on the Wi-Fi.
I'll let him try to get situated. Go ahead, Joe.
So happiness is, if I'm putting anything into a relationship, then the happiness I get is the end result, is the satisfaction of something materializing that turns out that is working out for everyone involved, myself, for the woman, for the children, whatever. Um, it's not me falling back and doing just whatever I want to do, but it's that desire that I have and want to take on that responsibility. The moment I lose the desire to want to take on a responsibility to provide for a woman or to take care of a family, then I'm sacrificing, and then that's a very unhappy situation in which you're giving your all, but you're not, but you as a man or the woman don't feel like you're getting anything in return for giving your all. So you're pouring so much into other people, other situations, but you're not getting anything back in return. That's a level of self-sacrifice that leads to a great deal of unhappiness. Of course, the other side of that, the opposite end of the spectrum is um, wanting everything done for you, done to you in comfort and ease. So that's a level of happiness people perceive to be true, but I've never been happy sitting around eating bonbons all day and cinnamon rolls. You get fat. I might be happy eating it, but you will get diabetes from consuming it. So there has to be some sort of balance, right? If I'm giving, then it's getting something in return, and it's not necessarily tangible. It can just be appreciation. But when dealing with a woman like the one expressed in the video, it's a man would see that and immediately think passport. He would immediately think going to places where women will appreciate it. It's not because a man wants it easier. Getting to another country is not easy. Just the process alone is extremely difficult. That was not a fun time for me getting there. But it was now being on the beach and now being around people who appreciate you, women, even the man. It's an appreciation. It's a I accomplished something. But when a man isn't getting anything back in return from having accomplished anything, whether he's working 80 hours a week, he's coming home to a nagging wife, or he's not being appreciated, she doesn't want to rub his back because she's complaining, she's worried about her happiness, but he's thinking about, well, what about everything I contributed to his life? He's not getting anything in return, unhappy. So that's, to me, what happiness is.
Okay. No, I got you right there. Let me get this comment real quick. Let's see. Shout out to President 48th United States. He said, marriage in Black civilization is sadly about financial stability and financial security for the woman to live a luxury lifestyle with no teamwork to build together as one unit, as husband and wife. Okay. So essentially, I think you're saying it's basically it's one-sided. So that's what you're saying. Okay. I appreciate the comment right there. See, Donovan said, let's see, demanding 100% happiness is unrealistic. Life is about balance. Not every day is sunny skies and warm temps. Yeah, no, definitely not. I almost want to throw her follow-up on here just to
go ahead. Let us see it.
Give her additional context.
Not worth it dealing with someone else. It's just not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life. Every day you gotta deal with somebody. Is marriage even worth it? It's not. At some point, you're gonna realize that it's always best to just be alone, because I've been married for about 7 years and I don't even know if this is worth it. And not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong, and that's the point. I don't even know why I'm upset. I'm just not thinking that I made the right decision. And I am a good man. I do. And that's not the point. The point is, it's you really do lose yourself. You lose your sense of individuality. You lose your sense of peace. And this could be even to a good man. You're gonna lose something, and I don't think it's worth it. At all. I've always had a dream of getting out of my hometown city and moving on, moving forward. Life is supposed to be experience. We're supposed to be doing new things and traveling and all that, and I do all of that. But at some point, I don't know if I want to continue doing this every single day of my life. Like, always checking in with someone, always having to consider their feelings, it's always somebody else. You're never alone. Like, you never have a moment to yourself. You never can do that. And I don't know, like, and there's gonna be some bitches out there that say, like, oh no, you should not. No, like, be fucking weird and not a real ass couple. But I really want girls to know, like, even if it's absolutely worth it, I don't think it is. Even if you found the most perfect man, it's not worth it. It's not, like, it's always gonna be best to just, like, be alone. And maybe that's why so many men tell older women they're gonna die alone and be so sad. I'm sad with a great man. Like, maybe it's just, like, not my personality. And, like, I know girls are out there that, like, dying for, like, a relationship like mine. Like, he takes care of me, but, like, I'm sorry, like, I can't even really barely deal with myself and my own emotions. Imagine somebody that you know for such a short amount of time, because you're never gonna know that man like you think you do, and that's just not in a negative way. Like, I just don't think marriage is for me. And I'm tired of it, and I don't know what else to do, because it's just like imagine living a fairy tale and it's nothing like you imagine it. You're living your literal fairy tale, and it's not what you want. It's not what you want. Even if you think that you want it, even if it's exactly what you dreamed of, it's still just, I don't know.
Man, I don't even know.
You can't make this shit up.
Y'all, I could write a book about this. Y'all, I have so many feelings about this, but I need to let somebody else talk.
Yeah, man, the floor is open, man. The floor is open. I see Silver, B-Boxer came off. I'll let you go first, B-Boxer, then I'll come to Silver, then I'll come to Vince. It's on you, B-Boxer.
Yeah, I'll be quick. Hey, Joe, we brothers on this one. Listen, black men, y'all need to diversify your woman options. Y'all diversify your bonds out here, because there's a lot of women like this walking around. She's got everything she wants, and she's still not happy. So some of y'all, I don't, black women, don't kill me. Y'all gotta have to look elsewhere. And some of it might be different races and also outside the country. Some of y'all gotta have to do this, because these women are crazy. She's saying she's traveling, she's getting taken care of, and she says, "Oh, that's not enough. I'm sad." Bruh, diversify your bonds, black men.
Bruh.
Just diversify. That's all I'm gonna say.
So you talking about them passports again, man? Is that what that is?
Hey, but it's gonna push look. I believe in competition. I also believe in making people act right. Sometimes you gotta. I think that's gonna make some women act right. Maybe not. Maybe some black women going, whatever. But I'm with Joe. I'm all about my happiness. I'm the same way. So if you're not gonna make me happy, and if I'm giving you all this stuff, I'm trying to make you happy, and I'm getting, well, I don't really like you like that, which I think she's with a guy she's not tingling for. I think there's a little bit of that going on too. Like, she's like, I don't really like him like that. This is a chore for me because he's not sexy enough for me, right? I think there's a little of that happening too. So,
man, she never said that sexy man. He's a good man. What does that mean? A lot of men are good men, right? But she never said that's my man. That's missing.
That's why I said, right, Joe. I'm like, I think there's a tingle there. I think she's just with him because he's a utility. He can pay the bills, they can travel and do all that, but she don't like him like that. So, black men, Trust. Just I'm not saying a crazy thing like divest. I'm not saying that. I'm saying diversify your outlook. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, let me come over to Civil. Civil's up next. Go ahead, Civil.
Good evening, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. I'll try to be
Oh, there you go. Go ahead. You good now? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm actually going to take a contrarian stance on this. I think what she's describing is being someone who pretended to be something, and then when she actually got what she was pretending to get, she realized that she didn't want to pay the actual cost to, maintain said thing. I know the gentleman earlier mentioned, operating on being happy. To me, my perspective is quite the opposite. I don't worry about my own happiness. I embrace the suffering, and whatever the suffering brings, the relief of it is the sense of happiness that I obtain. So it's like working out. Like if I want to get bigger biceps, it's more curls. Yeah, you can take pills. Yeah, you can, waterlog yourself. But ultimately, that what you are showing is not true. It's false. It's a BBL. It's not the actual work that's necessary in order to obtain, the thing worth having. And I think that's what marriage is. And a lot of people today forget and they have this idea that it's supposed to be always good. And then when they do get something good, to keep something good, you need to constantly work at it. Whether it's a matter of, I wake up at 4 a.m. every day. I jump in a cold plunge. I get in the sauna. I water my plants. I pick our vegetables. My wife, she's the stay-at-home wife. She makes sure that all the food for our kids is cooked. We don't eat processed food. The benefit of not eating processed food comes with the work and labor of having to wake my butt up and get the work done. And I think that's just what she hit. She got hit with reality, and now she's like doubting herself because she can't maintain it. She can't keep up. She's failing, and she's trying to blame him for it.
Right. Okay. No, I appreciate that right there, Sybil. Vince, you want to say something, man? Can you hear me, Vince?
Hey. How y'all doing? I almost missed y'all.
What's going on, man? You good?
Greetings from Orlando, Florida.
That's all good, man. I see you got your signal. You want to say something, man?
Yeah, man, out here with Mickey and Minnie. Just want to say I missed the first video, but the second video seemed like she needs to talk to a therapist. But I will say for my guys out there, you got to vet properly, man. You got to ask a bunch of questions. You got to see, because you can't just look on the outskirts anymore because she look good or because you think she's gonna be a good woman. You got to really open that hood up, kick them wheels, see how that oil clean. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like, when you get into, you better get in their business. How they relationship. I mean, it's really difficult nowadays because marriage has such a bad taste in people's mouths because they don't see that it work. Ain't nobody in their family still married. Mama ain't married. Grandmama ain't married. Uncle a deadbeat, daddy a deadbeat. The one guy that's nice, he'll run over. So it's like, if you haven't seen a lot of marriages, it's just not something that's in your forethought. Because I even say with Remy, when we first started dating, she told me to be quiet because I'm out here on the deck. But even with Remy, I had to see, like, I had to understand, like, what's her relationship, with her parents, how she feels about her dad, what was the issue with her and her kid's father, and we talked about all this, just honest and open. And I think that's what a lot of people don't do. They just don't talk about it. They just doing the sexy. The sexy is good, and then after the sexy stop, and then it's you see that that real person. But I think people don't want marriage. They want to be happy.
Okay. All right. Appreciate that right there, man. That makes sense. Appreciate that.
Why can't
Anybody
you have
else? Was that Coco?
Yeah,
Who was
it's
that?
almost, that's me. I was just asking the question.
Oh.
Like, why does it seem like, why does it appear to be that you either have, like, so what is the alternative to happiness? Like, most people, when you say you either want marriage or you want happiness, I think the majority of people are going to say happiness, of course. So what is it? What is the opposite of that in marriage? Is it sadness? Is it depression? Is it the things that she's describing in that video? Because I don't think anyone would sign up for that. So my question would then be, why can't happiness be synonymous with marriage?
Well, I
You know,
think that it's an issue with you want commitment and covenant. When you have a covenant, it's not about your own individual happiness. I don't even think about my own individual happiness because I'm married. I'm not going nowhere. She's not going nowhere. It's about our covenant. It's about the bond we built together, the family we trying to build together. So it's not an issue of me because happiness is a feeling that can come and go. A commitment is a lifetime. A covenant is a lifetime. So when you think about it that way, you don't even think about, okay, one day we upset. Okay, well, this is going to pass. Okay, we upset today. We still going to be married, so why even be upset? I love you too, babe. Come on, let's just make it work. So I think people have this short-sighted because, and then we also have to realize everything is micro. We live in a microwave society now. Everything is fast. Everything is, I want it right now. I can't wait. There is no patience. There is no time. Even with working out. I've been working out for about 7-8 years now, and I see so many people come because we have a workout group, and people want results in a month, and if they don't get it in a month, then it's not working. Oh, I'm not. No, it takes time. It takes patience. Are you eating right? Are you drinking enough water? Are you? No, they don't want that. They want the quick hit. So I think that's a lot of it. So if you look at it as a commitment and as a covenant, I think it's easier when you say, okay, we in this, man. It's this feeling of happiness, or one day we might be upset at each other. We don't even bother like that. And it's been 6 years for me and Remy, and I know that that's not a lot to some people, but I know people can't stay married for 2 or 3 years, and I can say that we've never really had a really big argument because why argue? We're not going nowhere.
Right.
Why?
I feel that right
I
there.
mean, what?
I feel that right there.
it also helps
Coco,
that
you want to
you're coming
respond
out
to him?
with many too as well, right?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear that, Joe.
No, I said it also helps that you're also in Orlando too, right? That you're
I'm
traveling.
well, I'm
I
sorry.
couldn't hear what he
It
said.
Can't
helps
hear
in
me.
what?
Can't hear me.
Say that again, Joe. We couldn't hear you, man.
I said it also helps Vince that he's also traveling too. He's in Orlando, he's in Hawaii, and all these different places, right?
I
So
mean, I got a couple dollars, so I can't say that
that helps.
doesn't help. It does. It helps because I think it helps on her end because she don't have to worry about money. Hate to say it, but she don't. She don't have to worry about going to work. She don't have to worry about the lights. Lights are always gonna get paid if she work or don't work. So I think it gives her a freer life to really just concentrate on our kids and concentrate on making me happy.
Yeah, because you make a tingle. You make a tingle, Vince. That's right. That's why.
Oh, let me let Coco get in this. I know she wanted to get in. Coco, you want to say something? Go ahead. Come off mute. Come off mute.
Sorry about that. I was going to try to answer Joe's question in the back chat as well and kind of speak to it from my perspective as a woman who has been married for 18 years. Like, I think that do you lose yourself or whatever this like self identity thing is? You can, and I'm going to say something controversial.
You're
You
supposed to.
should. Let me finish, Vince.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was on mute.
You should, but I agree with Vince. Yes, you should. You should lose yourself. I think that, and I had to come listen, ladies. You don't think in 18 years I have never had these thoughts. You don't think that I've never thought, dang, who am I without my husband? But I think we spend too much time worried about that like it's a bad thing, right? You literally you literally are having a situation where you married a man And I think women don't understand the significance of you taking on his name. You guys now share an identity. See, I don't think women understand that. Some do, though. That's why they don't want to take on that man's name, which is shameful because that's a part of the process to become one. That's the way it's supposed to go. So, yeah, you drop the me for we. And that's important, right? So, yeah, what happens is it's this struggle with yourself letting go of who you singularly thought you were going to be or what you thought life was going to be. Because you said, I want this. I don't want me. I want we. That's what you said, right? And so women go through this almost like growth, these growing pains of letting go of whatever I thought me and the big life that I was going to have for the life that we're going to have together. And as a woman, you have to walk through that process. It is painful. It can be hard because you probably had all of these things that you said you wanted to do and all these experiences that you were going to have. And you got these two personalities that's almost fighting each other. You know, it's like people use it like the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. You know, it's kind of like that. You're struggling trying to figure out, I do want this marriage. I do want this man. But at the same time, what about me? And it's like, but you are still you. You haven't lost yourself. You're just becoming another version of you. And some women can't let the old version of themselves go, especially if they were like, let me just be honest, especially if they lived a life where they was outside. And I looked at some of this girl post. She liked to be outside. She married, but she liked to be outside. So she's struggling with, I'm a wife though. So my likes, my desires, my structure, my routine has to look different. I can't just wake up, make up and go. Like I have a husband, I have responsibilities. And I just think that what the struggle is women don't want to let that version of themselves go for this version that's actually growth. Because what you're saying, you're selfish. You don't want to let the selfish part of yourself go. You don't want to let the selfishness go. You don't want to let it go. And I think that that's bad because you're not going to come into you're not going to reach the level that you could reach if you stayed in the marriage that you said you wanted and grew in it instead of growing apart. And I think that's what women don't understand. So yeah, you're going to go through that. Every woman's going to go through that moment where she feels that way. But I feel like feeling like you lost yourself and letting yourself go is two different things. That's different. We're not talking about you don't take care of yourself. You don't do anything to keep yourself up. You don't care about your health. That's a whole nother thing. That's not feeling like maybe who am I outside of my marriage? That's an identity thing that you're going to go through. And if you stay with it, you also need spiritual guidance through that, because I don't care what nobody say. You know, God needs to be the third strand in your marriage. You need to figure this out with him because you're not wise enough to do it on your own. You're not. And you need to be leaning on your husband because he's going to keep you grounded. Masculinity brings grounding. Men have the ability to grow. We have all these big emotions and feelings and we don't know what to do with them. She even said, I don't know what to do. And it's like, go to your husband. He's supposed to ground you. That's why you need him there. Don't come to the internet, right? Because auntie gonna tell you, go talk to your husband. I mean, I think that's part of it, right? Like women, you're not seeking the counsel of someone who you first take it to your husband. Y'all discuss what's going on. If there's any adjustments that need to be made, okay, y'all can do that. But you also need somebody wise around you that's gonna speak a life into you and stop just telling you, yeah, girl, yeah, it ain't given, or whatever they're gonna say to you. Like, I think that's part of it too. Like, I'll land, but can you have those feelings? Yes. Is it normal to have those feelings? Yes. What's not normal is coming to TikTok to talk about it. We don't need to know that. What's not normal is, you know, you saying that that telling women to be alone. Like you telling someone it's better to be alone, right? But then you're not alone. And then if you
Right.
check her comments, she's like, she's not getting divorced. She's not planning on getting a divorce. So why you coming on the internet telling other women that they better off being alone, and you're not even planning on leaving a man that you said you're not happy with?
Right. So let me get this comment, then we'll come back to the panel. Let's see. Victoria Williams said, let's see, always remain teachable or you will become irrelevant. Just stay open to growing. You don't know everything. You sometimes don't even know what you need when you are not open. Yeah, no, that's a fact. Yeah, you definitely got to remain teachable. I think that's also a major problem out here. Everybody think they know it all. If everybody today think they know it all, think they got it all figured out, and ain't got nothing popping. So now I think that's an issue. So now I appreciate this comment right here. I'm gonna come on back to the panel. So I got Chris, I got Bro in Berlin. Y'all want to say anything? Just come on. Go ahead, Chris. I saw you come off, or Brother Berlin. Either one. You just go ahead and say what y'all want to say.
Is the audio clear on my side?
Yeah. Go ahead, Chris. I hear you, man. Go ahead.
Okay. I think her whole situation stems off of entering into the relationship without deleting that 25% that she needed to delete in order to even have that growth. By her not removing that 25% of her, she hasn't allowed herself to have any space to grow outside of what she would consider to be her normal comfort, which is her way of life, her idea, and what she want to do. So now when she get into this relationship, this marriage, she's facing a up ladder, a climb, because she's trying to figure out, how can I remain in this relationship and I'm uncomfortable? Or why am I uncomfortable? You're uncomfortable because you never had any space to even become like-minded with your partner. No, so there's no meeting of the minds. There's all feelings. And when there's all feelings and no meeting of the minds, that's what you're going to have. You're going to have an upset partner in marriage.
Right. No, that's facts right there, man. I appreciate that comment. Bro in Berlin, I know if you want to say something, man, just come on, you go ahead.
All right, how you guys doing? I had a quick thing because she made up a good point, and I think it kind of goes into, if a woman's shaped her identity in a Jezebel spirit, then when she's trying to get into a relationship or a marriage, she's gonna logically feel like she's losing part of herself in that marriage because her identity was wrapped up in being a Jezebel in the first place, and so she's going to have this. She said the devil and the angel, but it's losing her identity. And so many times we hear women say, like, I lost my happiness, I lost who I was. Men will tell you all the time they lose who they are in marriages. And that's one of the first things to go is, who you were before the marriage. But I don't think that women can take that. When they start to lose of who they are, most end up rejecting, and that's why they end up going back to what they're used to, because that's where their friends are, that's where their comfort zone is, that's where they're. It's like people who are assholes, right? Like that's their nature and their foundation. And when they're being nice, that's actually them trying, but they could easily be an asshole and sarcastic and rude. That's second nature. But you're trying to be a better person, so you try to not do that anymore. I think maybe it's the same thing for women when they get into marriages. They try, but when they get triggered, all of a sudden they get right back into that Jezebel thing, and then the things that are said cannot be unsaid. And I think a lot of women don't understand the power of their tongue and how it can make a man try to take over the world, or it can tear that man down. And then they wonder why the man doesn't have the affection that he used to have anymore. It's not about you maybe gaining weight or anything. It's about that you've turned yourself into his mother, the same mother that degraded him as a child growing up. Now you've done the exact same thing, and it's hard to get you. That's why so many men are to take these blue pills. It's not if you bring a hot young girl around him, or even a sexy, he don't need that pill. He needs that pill because he's actually not sexually attracted to you anymore, and he's just going through the motions.
So
I told y'all women cause ED.
The pee goes.
I told y'all women cause ED.
I've been saying that all the time.
Wait a minute, y'all. Them fighting words right there.
I told you.
It's true. I've been saying that.
These 35-year-old men ain't walking around here with you because they have medical issues. I try to tell you
Yeah.
that. Okay.
No, it's the nagging issue. It's very hard to turn your passion on for the person that's been micromanaging everything you've said and done for the last few months and years and whatnot. And it's very hard for her, even if she's in the mood and tries to turn it on, you're faking it because you don't mean it as a man. And we have to have that honest conversation, because if the goal is to make it a lifetime together, the goal shouldn't be marriage. The goal is to grow old together. And if that's the goal, then we have to have these sort of conversations.
Yeah, no, that's real right there. Listen, I think there's some validity. You know what I'm saying? I know, that's a little side topic. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about the ED and that stuff, there's some validity to that, right? But I also think the other piece that plays into that, then I'm gonna go back to the video. But I think the other piece that plays into that is, to be honest with you, I think a lot of dudes may be starting to burn out. Yep, and what I mean by that is, man, there's body all over the internet. Like, let me just keep it a buck. It's literally, let me just go on and be blunt. It's literally ass and titties all over the internet. All
in
over
3D.
IG. Yeah, all over IG, all over Facebook. It's on TikTok, it's on X. Like, it's literally ass and titties everywhere.
Rule 34.
Yeah, and I think there's a side effect to that. It's like guys used to have to guess. Like, they used to have to put in some work to try to get to it. They used to have to seek it. So they got to go get themselves, you know what I'm saying, in a better position so that you will be, you will be ready to receive, whatever they was bringing to the situation, so they could get to that, so they could go see something. But it's like now the stuff is so free now. I think some dudes don't even have the same level of excitement that they used to have for that, because it's everywhere. Like, I've seen stuff on social media where you have some young lady, she may be teaching you how to clear your credit up, but she's sitting up here with your chest all in her face, like she marketing sex to you, but she's trying to pretend like it's credit repair or like it's stock options trading. And you just, you know what I'm saying, you're looking at the stuff and you're like, who you think you fooling? Like, so it's so much of that going on now. It's like, I think subconsciously some guys is probably burning out. They probably just like, you know what, it ain't even that deep no more. Like, I ain't tripping. Like, it's everywhere. Yeah, it's OnlyFans everywhere. Like, it's everywhere. So yeah, I think that's another thing that the young ladies got to keep in mind. It's like, if there's so much of that saturating the social media space, yeah, some dudes, it's not going to be a big deal anymore. I think that's really what it is. It's not going to be a big deal anymore because it's out here for free. It's everywhere. So yeah, I just want to say that just to that topic on the ED. But let me circle back.
We don't have to use our imagination anymore.
No,
we had to use our
not at all.
imagination in the 90s. We had at least, even if we couldn't get the real thing, we at least had to imagine something to make something happen. Now, you just it does it for you. So that's why maybe we're also getting burned out. That's why, again, you're absolutely correct. It's like when if you want, Millie Fuller says this, you're only supposed, if you're really trying to make it long term, you should really be trying to minimize your encounters with the person that you love and let yourself miss each other. But you also need to be withholding of yourself and self-pleasure. Also say the same for women. A lot of times women say they're being celibate, but you ask them, like, are you self-pleasuring yourself? Oh yeah. Well, then you're not really being celibate. You're not, because you're supposed to be withholding. So it makes you keep your eyes open and start seeking out connections. If you're still pleasing, if you're electroshocking yourself, then you're defeating the purpose. And the same thing for men. If men are saying, like, I'm on a cell, I'm like, well, but you're still, it's defeating the purpose. If you withhold yourself, then you'll actually start locking eyes with women when you're walking outside. You'll actually start choosing signals, because biology wise, you'll want something. But if you don't do that, then you're just kind of walking outside and you're still clouded.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, man. Listen, I think we just got to consider that. I said it's almost an oversaturation. And like I said, it's not even age specific anymore. Like I said, it used to be, you know, something the young girls did. Now I'm seeing the 30s girls doing it, the 40s girls. I've seen some older ladies in their 50s doing the same mess. It's just, I said, it's getting out of control. And I think for a lot of guys, they just pulling back. Like I said, they're not even excited about it. You know what I'm saying? Or even look forward to it like they used to. So yeah, we got to consider that. Go ahead, Civil, then I'll come back. Go ahead, man.
Speaking of which, have you seen old girl from the Players Club? No, not Diamond, but the other girl. She's like 50 something, and she's
I saw the video. Yeah,
out there with it. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of going across the gambit in terms of ages. Again, I think this gets to that really short-term microwave happiness mentality that a lot of people carry versus wanting to put that work and effort in. When it comes to the dude, if my wife was online talking like that, that's an absolute no-go. That's grounds for termination, because that's an insult to me and my masculinity. It's the idea that she can go out there and have this conversation, not with me, not with her friends, not with her family, but can go have that conversation openly to the world, crying on stream about how sad she is, to where people are watching the video and reacting to it. That's a man not having his own boundaries and things that and expectations from his woman. You know, and I'm not like some caveman. It's like you don't talk unless you talk to, but there has to be boundaries. There has to be separations of what she can and can't do, and then vice versa, because marriage isn't a picnic for a dude either. You think being with one woman, you know, if that's the route you choose to go, being with one woman the rest of your life when everybody knows the best is new, you think choosing that one woman and staying there, you think that that's a piece of cake? You think that that's easy? And then at times they want to withhold, you know, sex from you because they're using it as a weapon and trying to manipulate you. Like, we just need to have our boundaries and be accountable to ourselves and not allow anyone that kind of control and power over us.
Right. No, I feel you right
I know
there,
you're
man.
not a caveman, but ain't you a no limit soldier?
Oh man.
Silk the shocker. No, not even a little bit, man. I'm just like, maybe I am a little bit of a caveman. I mean, I hunt.
I thought we was talking to Mac up here.
You know,
I thought we had a no limit soldier up here. My bad, my mistake.
Oh no, that's the U.S. flag.
That's all good. Coco, you want to say something? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quick. Somebody asked her that, you know, what does her husband think? What happens when her husband sees the video or whatever? And she's like, nothing. Nothing happens. Like, we have these kinds of conversations and it's fine. It's normal. It's natural. And I'm like, yeah, it is normal and natural for you and your husband to have this type of conversation. If you're struggling in the marriage, you take it to him. You guys talk about it. You don't bring it to the internet. But she said nothing. So nothing.
Okay. The internet's people's diary, though. You know, it's become people used to have a diary back in the day, but now it's the internet. You know, so you have to see it that way. For women and for men, it's become their diary, and people get that you can't tell people not to put stuff in their diary. You know, it's a stupid diary to have. They should actually have a real diary.
You can tell them no, don't do that. It's a bad idea. Some therapists say,
but then you're taking away from who she is. You know,
good. Don't write it.
She should be single.
Yeah, she should be single. She's for the streets. She's for the streets.
Yeah, but if she's willing to share all of these very personal, intimate details for the public, which I get it. You're right. It is a video diary. That's the truth. Most of us don't even know how to write cursive anymore. So that's just the way it is. But if she's putting all of that for thousands of people to see and to do, which I think is the most criminal thing she did, it's probably worse than what she's doing to her husband, which she's allowing, is what Chloe said earlier. She's encouraging women to be someone that she's not, to be single. Like, and they're going to listen to her. They're going to say, oh, wow, I don't want to go through what she's going through. But the difference is that she's going through it with someone that she's going through it at this time, and she's not getting divorced. It's like someone who says, I'm a multi-millionaire. I make all this money. It ain't what it's cracked up to be. Don't do it. Ha, ha, ha. Well, they're driving around in a Lamborghini telling other people not to go and get the money. Wait a second. So if you don't want the money, then why don't you just give it all away? Oh, I can't just do that. Well, if she doesn't want to get married, how come she just doesn't want to get divorced? Oh, I can't do that. So there's got to be some value there to it. The criminal part is when she's encouraging younger women. It's not the ones like us on the panel or the women who are older like Chloe. They know better. I say, nah, forget all that. That's a bunch of fugazi, as they say in New York. It's It's the younger woman, the 18-year-olds, the 20-year-olds who's going to see her and say, yeah, I'm not going to go through that. I'm going to do what she says she wants to do. But 10 years from now, she's going to look back and say, oh, that was a phase. Because Chloe went through that phase. But the women who are believing her now, they're going to go 10, 15 years from now and say, damn, I should have got married. Now I have to kind of settle for something less than what I really could have got before. Something I had that I didn't do because I listened to this woman online, her journal diary. That's to me, that's the worst part about all of this.
Yeah.
That negative influence.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. Let me ask this question. I said this is the part that's really got me perplexed. Because I've seen videos like this before. Yeah, I've seen young ladies do these videos and they talking about, they losing their identity. And I'm not sure why, we still concerned about identity and individuality getting married. Like, I don't even know where that's coming from, but that's a whole another problem. But I've seen videos like this before. And there's one consistent piece that I always hear in the videos. And I always hear that he was a good man. I hear that all the time. Yeah, whenever I hear a video like this or see a video like this, she always says that she had a good man. He was taking care of her. He was doing what he's got to do. She just don't know why she feel this way, or she don't understand why I feel this way. But he's always a good man. And this is my question. I know we got a lot of ladies in the comments. So ladies, I need y'all to drop a comment. Why do y'all think that this is happening with the good men? Because I don't see these videos with the hothead. Like, I don't see the ladies saying that, they was married to the hothead and, he treat me any old kind of way and I can't be an individual. I'm losing my identity. And like, I don't hear this with the hotheads. Like, I don't hear that. I hear it with the good dude who actually is holding it down, handling his business, trying to be a real husband, trying to be a family man. Like, that's when I hear this stuff. So I'm trying to understand, why is this happening with the good guy, versus the hothead dude? You guys need to understand that.
Well, it can only
Good men
happen
are boring.
to the good guy. It can only happen to the good guy because the knuckleheads ain't getting married. They baby daddies. The good guy's the one that's gonna marry him.
Mr. Price, you know the answer.
With the good guy.
That's part of it.
You know the answer,
so
Mr. Price.
I agree. I feel like D-Box is gonna say because he don't make her single.
Yes,
good guys are boring.
Okay, but I think it's a little bit of everything that was just said.
It's the truth.
I think it's the tingle factor as a part of it.
Wait, hold on. Where the noise? Hold on. We got some noise coming from somewhere. Hit your mute from events. I can't tell if that's you. I think it was. All right, go ahead, Coco.
Yeah, I think that's a part of it. I think it's the tingle factor. I do, obviously Vince is right. Like, the good dudes are the ones who are actually marrying these women. I do believe, like, like bro said, it is also it's also a little bit of that too. Like, there's no excitement. Like, the good dude, the good dude is not running them up and through there. It's not something different every day. It's not something, you know what I'm saying? It's not. So I think that that's part of it. But I also would say, like, and I'm just gonna go there because y'all know I'm always gonna take it back to the cross, because that's the foundation for me. That's the basis. And I don't think that women understand that it's even a serpent all over again. Like, y'all literally allowing the modern day serpent, and pick your serpent. Pick them. It doesn't even really matter what your serpent is, because for every woman it could be something different. But in general, it's society. You are letting the modern day serpent deceive you. You're in a marriage with a man that is taking care of his business. He's taking care of you. And in your mind, it's like, is there more? Is there better? I mean, is this really what I want? Is this really? And it's literally the same old temptation. It's just packaged differently. It's literally the same thing. Women are still being talked out of their own happiness. Like, how can you be in a garden that's beautiful, you're provided for, you don't have to work, you don't have to do anything, but you could have more. Like, more what? More perfect? Like, and I think that's what it is. Like, it's women are still being deceived. They're still, whatever that thing is, they're still being deceived. It's manipulation. It's witchcraft. So I don't care what nobody say. But I think
You said
that's
it's witchcraft?
straight up.
Which part is witchcraft?
Manipulation is witchcraft. So it's the
So in corporate America, there's witchcraft? Because corporate America is full of manipulation.
This society was founded on it. I don't know what you mean.
Absolutely.
I'm just speaking about corporate America, and you said manipulation.
This society was, so witchcraft.
So that means the English language is actually more manipulated, because the English language is a language full of forked tongues
curses.
and Pocahontasms.
It's full of curses.
So I'm sorry, say what?
The English language actually has curses in it. Like, you speak.
Yeah. So
curses when you say them.
So the English language is actually more witchcraft than the ideology of witchcraft.
It doesn't matter what's less or more. It's still witchcraft. Like, I don't have a scale, because that doesn't matter. Like, manipulation is manipulation. Like, it doesn't matter. That's why I said society as a whole is founded on it. If you can point out and say that our language has curses based in them, which I agree, then that just goes to show you that foundationally everything that we know to be true was built off of that. So yeah, okay. So that's why I'm saying to you that this is what's happening to women. Women are being manipulated. That's why I'm saying it's witchcraft. Because that's what witchcraft is. It's manipulation. It's deception. That's what it is.
Wait, no. Witchcraft is something. It's a subsection of manipulation. You can't say witchcraft is manipulation.
I can say whatever I want to say, and I'm saying what it is because
I'm just trying to make it make sense. I'm just trying to make it make sense.
It makes sense.
Okay, it makes sense to your head. I'm just trying to meet you there.
No,
That's all. I'm not trying to have an argument.
I'm not the only one that knows this.
Wait, I'm trying to learn your perspective. What's the issue? I'm just trying. Wait, okay, no, my bad.
So
I was just asking questions.
Yeah, no, I think overall, let me try to sum it up as best.
Is makeup witchcraft?
Oh,
is makeup witchcraft?
Yes, it is. Yes,
it can be. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Are filters on the internet witchcraft?
Yes, they can be. Yes.
Okay. So, are modern women witches? Because it seems like they're operating in a whole lot of witchcraft.
I think that. So, okay. So, and I don't mean, I'm not trying to like come at you, but I think that a lot of people are operating under witchcraft and don't know it. Like, I think that a lot of people are doing things that are manipulative, that fall under that bucket, but they don't know it. Like, I don't think that everyone is intentionally walking around like I'm a witch and they're operating in witchcraft like they're a part of the occult. I'm saying that a lot of the stuff that we do, because there's such this layer of deception, even the fact that and understand that a lot of our language is, there's curses in our language. A lot of people don't know that. So when they're doing these things or saying these things, they don't know that they're operating in witchcraft. They don't know that they're speaking word curses. They don't know that, right? So I do believe that there are people who are, operating in witchcraft and they don't know it. They're not intentional about it. So yeah, I do think.
Would you say the majority of our women are operating in witchcraft? The majority?
I can't say the majority.
I'm just asking.
Like saying it, but I think it's
not
more
the majority. Not the majority.
Right.
I mean, if we dissect our culture, our entertainment hip hop culture is clearly the 7 deadly sins.
Right.
Greed. So I mean, I'm just trying to connect the dots and see if you can as well.
So let me say this. So let me bring us back. So let me just say this to sum up this particular point right here. It's a lot of stuff that folks are participating in out here, and they really don't understand what they're doing. They don't understand the origins. They don't know what effect it's having on them. They don't know what effect it's having on other people. So yeah, let me just sum it up like that. I don't want us to go too far off. Let me circle back. Herschel, I saw you come up. You want to say something? Go ahead, man.
Yeah, just going back to the original thing you were just talking about as far as the good, the good guy, whatever, the good man. So typically, what I feel is typically the good man or even woman too, they have a certain level of like emotional stability, and then the ones that have the problem with the good man are typically the ones they have a lot of emotional instability. Like kind of like the lady in that video, I seem like she really has some unresolved issues that she needs to take care of prior to even considering even being anybody's anything, and that's the problem. So I mean, and they can't. So a lot of them in that lifestyle, they're used to instability. They're used to like chaos and wrong stuff. So then when they got somebody that's doing everything right, even though like typically in your mind, like logically, you think that you're just going to go along with it, yeah, because it's the right thing to do. But they're not used to that, so it's foreign to them. So they reject it. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people out here, if you're considering marriage or unions or whatever, you got to get yourself together, like as far as to a certain level of you can regulate your emotions to be able to receive love, to give love, and to appreciate people's deeds and just appreciate people's faults. Life ain't perfect, so I'll leave with that.
So let me ask you this, Herschel, before you hop off, man. How much of this or how much of that do you think is going on? So how much of the okay, let me phrase it like this. How many situations do you think exist that are collapsing because it's actually the person that's collapsing it is the actual problem?
I think majority of it.
Okay.
Because, for example, like the scenario I just used, if you got somebody, whether it's a good wife or a good husband, if they know their role, they know what they're supposed to be doing, they're taking care of business, they have enough self-confidence, they're not insecure, you know what I'm saying? They're trustworthy, they can be trusted. It shouldn't be no problems. None. But the problem is whoever that other person is, or whatever thing, whatever entity, or whatever it is that does have those problems, or that's lacking those skills, or lacking those emotions, where you can deal with upsets, deal with discomfort, deal with boringness at sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things are going to be boring, or sometimes things are not going to be exciting. That don't mean it's the end of the world. You just go to sleep, wake up the next day, and you never know what's going to happen. Yeah. But it goes back to the emotional piece. I believe emotional instability. That's what I feel.
Okay, no, I appreciate it right there. All right, cool. Let me throw another one up. We got a couple now. Let me throw another one up.
Marriage and not always trying to do something about it. We need to normalize being unhappy in marriage and not always trying to do something about it. I used to think that being married was just going to be like eternal bliss and satisfaction and cupcakes and rainbows and fantasy land, right? Because that's what we see in the rom-coms and that's what we see in media. And honestly, it's not to say that you should not have excitement or satisfaction or to love the person that you're with, but to expect that you're going to be happy every single day, all the time. It's kind of unrealistic. And though there are a small majority of couples that probably will live in a state of constant happiness for the most part, constant satisfaction, because they have what I would call like a set of tools and resources that may not be available to average couples, right? But most of us, we are going to have some strife. We're going to have some disagreements. This is the person that you're doing life with. You lived your whole life with your siblings and y'all was knucking and bucking, rolling and brawling, fighting and fussing, kicking and screaming. And now you're doing life with somebody that you love in a whole completely different way. You're raising kids together. You're doing everything together. And not only that, you're sharing common responsibilities. And even if your values are aligned, there's going to be times where you disagree. And I'm not saying that your disagreements have to be a Southern brawl, but I'm just saying that they're going to come up. And so what I find is a lot of us think that when we get to this point of feeling unsatisfied, or when we get to this point where there's no happiness, or we get to this point where we're tired of this person, or like, I want out. It's probably normal to want out every now and then. How many times you want to move out your parents' house because they was on your nerve, but you didn't, because where you gonna go? How many times did you want to, like I said, like you probably have friends that you've had disagreements with and you didn't talk to them for some time. The difference is when you disagree with your husband, or like when you disagree with your wife, y'all live in the same house. You better go in your corner, I'm gonna go in mine. Like, where you gonna go? Where you going? Because I'm going with you.
Okay. Let me get these comments. Let's see. Victoria Williams said, what? Oh, I guess she disagreeing with something. Let's see. Victoria also said, just because I don't agree with you doesn't make me unhappy. Okay, I appreciate that comment. She also said, stop it, sis. Okay, so she ain't trying to hear nothing with this young lady in this video. See, Donovan says she right. Okay, so Donovan says she right. Victoria says stop it. So, so what's going on? I'm coming to the panel, man. What y'all say based on what she's saying? Is she making sense? Is she sounding crazy?
She was right until the end.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
She was right until the end when she made the analogy of, like imagine you in the house and, but it's really, if you were a teenager with your parents in the house, if you had the power to kick your parents out the house and keep the house, would you make that decision? Because that's the power that the women have today. So if we were teenagers back then and our parents got on our nerves, would we have kicked them out the house and kept the house? More than likely, yeah. So we have to give women grace because they have that power, and we have to have the conversations with women so they understand they have that power and hope they don't abuse it. But she made sense until the end when she made that analogy. But that analogy would work better if she had said it that way, because that's the reality. Because as teenagers, we didn't have nowhere to go. Yeah, she's right. But if we did have the opportunity to say, I'll stay here at this house and you parents, you go, then I think most of us teenagers would have taken that choice.
Okay. All right, I appreciate that right there. Anybody else want to just come off mute, say what you want to say?
I just feel like we're missing the point. I think we're missing the point. Like, I hear what you're saying, bro, but I think we're missing the point. Like, the point is not to do that. The point is what that relationship was supposed to teach you of being in that house with your siblings and y'all knucking and bucking. That's the point. Like, the fact that you couldn't kick parents out, you couldn't kick your siblings out. This is the same thing that marriage is. You can't kick you're not supposed to. Let me just say it that way.
You can kick them out.
I mean, but if you're doing it the way you're supposed to do it, if you're honoring,
the majority of us aren't.
Right?
The majority of people in our culture and on a global scale are not doing it that way. Women know they have the power to kick out whenever they feel.
Which is the issue. Which is why we can't support the dysfunction, right? We got to call out the dysfunction. So the dysfunction is that
that's how you stay married.
You can't.
Shit, that's a wife. Okay.
Well, you know what I'm doing. Anyway, that's why you have to call out the dysfunction. You have to call it out, right? Like that's the point. In that relationship, you're kind of forced, like you said, you're kind of forced to deal with your parents. You're kind of forced to deal with your siblings. You should be looking at marriage the same way. Like you should be looking at it like, I know I can leave this commitment, but I shouldn't leave this commitment. That's not what I said I would do. I said I would stay in it. So in this situation, I got to learn how to deal with my husband and my wife when these conflicts come up. I have to learn how to regulate my emotions. I have to learn how to deal with this because this is the person that I said I was going to spend the rest of my life with, right? Like you're stuck with your siblings. Yeah, you can grow up, you can go live in another house, they'll go somewhere else, but that's still your sibling. That's still your family, right? Those are still your parents, whether y'all get along or not. So this is what these relationships are supposed to do. They're supposed to teach you how to, honestly, they're supposed to teach you how to be a better person. Like they're supposed to challenge you to be a better person. They're supposed to challenge you to be the best version of yourself. And a lot of people just run from the conflict, but actually the conflict is how you grow. And I think that's what we see a lot of women doing. So I think that was the point of her video is no, if you say you about to go, I'm going with you. Right? Like, obviously we probably shouldn't do that, but you know what I'm saying? She's like, no, you can't get away from me. I'm going with you. You don't get to just leave. we're in this together. So we're gonna duke it out. And that's the point, right? It's not about I'm unhappy, I'm gonna leave. It's about, yeah, maybe I'm not happy with you right now, but I made a commitment. And so I'm gonna grow through the conflict. So we're gonna make this work.
And women let us just take a walk for 30 minutes and come back? Like no, like
I think that's
sometimes
allowed.
sometimes as men we gotta clear our head and then come back. And so many relationships I think break apart because women won't let those men walk away for a second because women are so afraid of forgetting their points. And men are trying to process all the shit that they heard. And then that's where the conflict is because the man's like, I'm gonna look, just let me get a minute. And he might come back with a different head and like, okay, but we need time to get that. And women are so gung ho on making their points that they won't even let that man walk away.
Yeah, but far be it from me to defend the modern woman, but I'm going to quote Vince: "Men need to vet better." So all these issues that men bitch and moan about, bruh, why are you with this woman that's doing that to you? I'm sorry. Like, I understand, bro, what you're saying. I get it. I understand. I do.
How tall are you?
Hey, I'll answer that in a second.
I'm just asking a question. How tall are you?
I swear I'll answer it. I swear.
Okay.
But this is not about how tall I am, but I will answer. I
It
know where you're going.
it actually kind of is because it is.
Derailing all kinds of
it
conversations.
He's derailing it because
I'm not. It circles back if he just answers the question.
No, I know what you're going to ask because it's a talking point.
I've already asked. What do you mean? You know, I'm going to ask. I already asked it.
I'm going to answer it. I will. Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me. A lot of men. Let me put it this way: men who are average, because I know what you're about to do. Put up with bull.
I'm just asking a question.
A lot of men. I'm going to answer it. I'm going to answer. Trust me.
I'm still waiting for you to answer it. Okay.
Hold on, bro. Let him get it out. Let him get it out, bro. Let him get it out. Go ahead, B-Boss.
A lot of men who are quote unquote average are accepting less. So that's the issue. So stop
less than average.
Less. No, I'm not talking about less than average.
Average men are accepting less than what?
Decent people. They're letting women talk all over them. They're paying for dates they shouldn't be paying for. They're giving women attention. They're flying chicks out. They're paying for OnlyFans. Do I need to go on?
Feel free, sure.
I mean, it's a lot of that's going on. They're funding women's lifestyle. Like, that's not my.
Hold on, B-Box. Hold on. Let me mute you for a minute, Vince. You got some. Hit your mute, Vince. You got some noise coming through.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, we good. Go ahead, B-Boss.
So I'm not defending women to say like women like the modern woman nowadays is great, but the problem is men are weak and men are accepting this stuff. So I don't care about what modern women are doing. I care about what men are doing. And if we're supposed to be leaders and all that, I'm progressive. I don't believe in all that. But if we're supposed to be all those things, right, then we should be moving in kind and holding the line on some stuff. No matter how tall you are, how big your dick is, all that. That don't matter. Like, you're a man.
It does, sir.
No. That's a cop-out.
You think, okay, so wait. So let's say a man is 4 inches and 5'7". You think that he's going to have the same experience by expressing his masculinity as the same person that's maybe 6'4" and muscle bound?
Don't you think it's better that man lives with his dignity instead of
you really don't answer questions at all, do you? Okay, I'll try that again.
I'm like Jesus.
You didn't answer it.
I answered it with a question.
And I still don't know how tall you are, but again, you're really kind of bad at answering questions.
Do you think a short man should stay with a horrible woman?
No, I think I say a short man should try to get with an average woman.
That's not going to happen. He's not average. He's shorter. What are you talking about?
I said a short man should go for an average woman.
He can't.
Well, I'm short. Hold on. Speaking for the short man, and my wife not average, because I'm 5'8", but if I stand on my leg, I'm 6'6".
You're average height, Mr. Vince.
And then another thing is, let's be honest. A lot of these people shouldn't have got married in the first place. That's 80% of the problem. 80%. They shouldn't have got married in the first place. They got married because they had been together a long time. They done had a baby. They feel like, we can put these bills together. I'm paying too much. You paying. A lot of these people shouldn't have got together in the first place. It's this show called Family and Fiance on TV. And if we had that in our relationships, we would do a lot better if we would listen to people. But most of the time, we don't. Because a lot of times people will tell you, no, that's not the woman for you. No, that's not the guy for you. But we having sexy. We living with them. We having babies. We having bills together. And then we get married and think things are going to change. And it doesn't. So 80% of it is our problem. And also, we don't know how to vet for marriage. We vetting for happiness, to be happy, to this feeling because our mamas ain't married, our daddies ain't married, our grandmamas ain't married. So the first boy or girl we fall in love with ain't our mothers and fathers. It's some little dumb little girlfriend or some dumb little boyfriend. So the problem is us. So all that I got a friend, he's 6'6", got 7 baby mamas. He can't keep a good woman. So
He
tall and
doesn't
thick
have to
men,
keep. He doesn't have to keep a good woman because he gets plenty of options by being tall. He doesn't
he
have to keep a good
he gets
woman,
bad options. I
but
wouldn't
he's
touch a
still
lot of
getting
them women with
options.
show penis. So just
New
I mean,
options are still good options. If he's getting consistently new
Heck
options from
no.
women, then he's not
Jesus
okay.
Christ. No,
Wait, wait,
that's
wait,
again.
wait, wait, wait. You've never heard the term "nothing's better than new people." I don't want to curse on your guy,
I know
but
what you're
new.
trying to say.
Okay, so
no,
when
No,
men
I
are
disagree
getting
with that.
new,
Hey, wait, hold
which
on,
part do you
fellas. Yeah,
disagree with?
there you go.
There's no way I'm going to. I don't have that mindset where anything is better than nothing. I'd rather have nothing. I'd rather jack off. I'm not. There's no way I'm having
Because
women who are already.
you've already had your fill of cake.
There you
Yeah,
go.
but
Not
that's
average
not my
men haven't
problem.
had their fill of
nourishment.
cake. No,
That's
I didn't
not
say it
my
was a
problem.
problem.
Cake will
I
give
didn't
you
say it was a
diabetes. Cake
problem. I'm
will
just
kill
saying
you.
that it's the perspective.
So,
If they haven't
yeah.
had their fill of cake, then they're still going to be. You're used to cake, sir.
Are you mad? Are you
You're
trying?
ready to eat.
Are you?
You're ready to
Yeah,
eat
but
healthy now because you've had cake your entire life
that's
growing
not
up, or
my
maybe
problem. That's not my
so.
problem. That's
Other
not.
men,
That's not my. Oh
listen.
God.
Let's keep it 100. Most men just get pity pussy. Okay, and
No,
there's
a
a
lot of
tier of
men are
men that
lame. A lot
there's
of men are
women
lame.
who there's men. Sure, they're lame by whose standards? They might be lame. That's fine, but again, it still doesn't get my point. Most men get just pity pussy, and there's another tier
Yeah.
of men
Whose fault is
who
that?
get women who really want to put it on them, who
Whose fault is that?
really show them a sexuality that
Whose fault
most
is
men
that?
never experience. And
Whose
if
fault
you've
is that?
experienced that multiple times with multiple women, then you are like, I don't need this. Doesn't move me anymore. I can eat vegetables because I've had all this cake. I'm bored with it.
So
But the
Whose
average
fault
man
is it
has
that
never
men are
even
take?
received.
Whose fault is
The
it that
average
men are
man has
getting
never
pity
even
pussy?
received a piece of cake. He's only got to
Whose fault is
maybe
that?
chew a little bit of it. Whose
Whose
fault is
fault is
that?
that?
It's
If a
the
man's
genetic
going to
lot.
accept,
It's the genetic lottery, sir.
so whose fault is that?
I guess his parents for being ugly and making him. I don't know, but it's a genetic lottery.
A man
You get the
picking
cards that you're
a
dealt.
man picks scraps is a whose fault is that?
He only is offered scraps, sir.
Then
The
jack off,
average man is
bruh.
only offered scraps.
It's better.
It's
So
better
look,
What are
than
we
what?
talking? What are we talking
hold on.
about?
Hold on.
What are
Yeah,
we
this
talking?
this going off and left. So where you going with this, bro, Berlin? So I can get the understanding. I'm gonna have to wrap this one up. Where you going with this, man?
I'm just saying that his perspective is skewed because he's had a lifetime of cake. The average man, let's say a man in India, where he gets absolutely no play. He's from India, and there's not a sexual market really over there. It's very, and then he can't have the same comparison to this person that's maybe went to a college university and maybe he pledged into a frat. So he got to have a whole lot of different experiences. You can't compare them. And you trying to say, well, just pick better or choose better. Like, no, women will turn into what they want to turn
I
into.
didn't say choose better. I said
You said
don't
they said
accept
men need to vet
scraps.
better. No,
And that
before that,
too.
you said men.
Yeah, that too. That too.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah,
making it
both.
full circle. You said that men need to vet better, and I will say that most women will turn into whatever they're going to turn into when it comes to the end, especially when it's the end of divorce. So you think you picked good. He was maybe good in the beginning, but how do you pick better when women are turning into the same thing at the end?
They're not turning.
I don't
They've
believe
always
that.
been that
Okay.
way.
I don't
So
believe
hold
that.
on. This
I don't believe that.
this is the this is the thing. No, hit your mute for me, Vince. So this is the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think women turn into anything. Yeah, I think these are just the women, right? And I think part of the problem is when folks make the statement of you need to vet better. Part of that statement is we need to vet past today. And see, that's not typically what we do. We vet for today. So we look for the girl with the big booty. We look for the girl with the chest, the flat stomach, the thick thighs, and all of that. But we don't vet down the road. So we don't vet to say how she gonna be looking in 20 years from now, how she gonna be looking after she had these 2 or 3 kids I want to have. We don't vet long term. We vet short term. Yep, and that's part of the problem. So there is some validity to telling somebody that they need to vet better, because we've seen what the results look like when you vet short term. Yep, and that goes for anything that we do. We need to be looking at it from that same perspective when it comes to some of these jobs we entertain out here. We need to be looking at it from that perspective when we think about investments and how we gonna move as far as our financial status is or financial foundation is in the background. Like somebody said it earlier about this microwave mentality that we in today. Yeah, we don't vet long term. And if we know any situations where somebody has been successful, they think in long term. Yeah, this is why somebody will end up with somebody who's on a different economic level than they are. That's typically because somebody is thinking long term, because they're saying to myself, this person may not have the same level of money I got, but they got the right mindset. They got the character. They're going to be a good mother. They're a nurturing person naturally. I ain't got to ask them. They naturally are that way. So you know what? I'm gonna link up with that one, because see, I'm thinking down the line. I'm thinking about as my kids get older. Yeah, I'm thinking about somebody taking care of me when I get older and I start getting sick, and who really gonna have my back as I'm trying to work through this thing and do what I do. See, that's that long-term thinking. That's why you'll see somebody, like I said, end up or get with somebody who's on a different economic level than them, because they're looking at other things. Yep, and that's the piece that's missing. So no, there is some validity to vetting better. Yeah, but let's say we got to get out of this short-term mindset. Because see, this is stuff that mess us up. Yep, going back to the video where the young lady was sitting there crying. See, she probably got that short-term mentality. Yeah, she probably thought husband was cute. Husband probably had a couple dollars. He was spending a couple dollars on her. She had the warm and fuzzies. But see, she probably wasn't thinking long term. And see, now she's been sitting in this relationship with this guy, and now she got all these regrets. And it's like, yeah, because you didn't consider none of that in the early stage when you should have been having them thoughts and, like Vince said, having them conversations. So yeah, that always comes back to bite us, because I'm saying a lot of folks, if you ask a lot of folks who marriages have dissolved and this and that, go actually ask them, did they think long term? Did they consider long term? And I'm willing to bet money a lot of them folks was not thinking long term, nor did they have those long term conversations. So that's just what I see, and that's just my opinion on that. All right, let me.
I agree, and I'll take that back. Yeah, you're right. Maybe we need to vet differently. And maybe but you're right. Yeah, it's vet better. No, yeah, vetting better or vetting differently, having different questions. For example, if a woman isn't able to talk, if she doesn't know her brothers or male cousins' experience with the child support system and family court, if she hasn't been able to empathize with her own male family members about that and been a safe shoulder for them to speak to and cry to, then I know for a fact that she's not going to be a person that I can be with, because even the old men in her family don't see her as a safe space to be vulnerable to speak to her like that about the things that they're experiencing with family court and child support. So if a woman hasn't even gotten those perspectives from the men in her family, then I know don't even deal with her. And I think we have to start betting differently in a way to start really trying to find out who will want to take care of us as we grow older, which is something that majority of women don't want to do. So we have to start asking those questions and start vetting completely differently. You're absolutely right. And I'm sorry, Mr.
Yeah, it's Quay Price.
Beatbox. I thought I said Beethoven.
Beatbox. Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Listen, I know, we can end, at the end of the day, the words are interchangeable, right? So it can be different, it can be better. So the words are interchangeable. But like I said, we have to make a change in how we vet. Like I said, one of the reasons I'm saying is because I see so much content. You know what I'm saying? I've heard folks talking about, they're gonna pass up on this person because this person was not well endowed enough. And it's just like, wait a minute. See, I can already tell that's that short-term thinking. Yeah, that's somebody not considering long-term, because see, a lot of successful relationships, most of them didn't start off tingles. Yep, it started off duty. It started off love for each other. It started off somebody showing each other some support, and they're like, you know what, this might be my person right here. So we gotta consider
a little bit of tingles.
No, what I'm saying is when Listen, when we look at a lot of these relationships that we see out here, and I'm really talking more generations before us. I'm talking about the parents who done did the 20, 30, 40. I'm talking about the grandparents who basically was married until somebody passed away. Like, trust and believe, it wasn't on penis size. That's not why they got together. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. But now it is, because we're getting married in affection and lust.
I understand, but it's also short term. It's also in a position of short term thinking. If you get married or connecting with somebody just off some physical attraction, off just off some sex, it's not gonna last.
Yeah.
Right. If it's just off some money, it's not gonna last, because then he lose the money tomorrow. Now you're ready to leave him. Like, it's not going to last. So that's how I know people are thinking short term. But let me keep going. I got another one I can throw up here. Let me keep going.
Hey, let me.
Nothing but the harsh truth.
Oh wait, hold on. Go ahead, Beatboxer. I'll hold it. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm 6'2".
Guys, just throw that in there.
Got you. I just got 6 feet with this egghead, so I just made the cusp. So okay, all right.
All right, let me throw something up here.
I gotta add. I gotta.
She said.
Go ahead.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Is that Joe?
Yeah, it was me.
Go ahead.
I was going to add a little. No, I was going to add a little. I know why he brought up that point. I'm 6'2" as well. I have a friend who's about 5'6", 5'5" maybe. He got way more beautiful women than I ever did, and not half my height, but he was doing his thing. I took lessons from him, so it's not. It's a lot more to it than just height. It's charisma. It's a lot of things that go into it. Style, personality, gift of gab. It's a lot of different things. So that's why I kind of laugh when you ask him to mention this height, because I know firsthand that's not. It gets you through the door, but it won't necessarily always seal the deal. I'll leave it at that.
True.
Okay. All right.
But again, he has honey on his tongue. At 50, he's learned how to have honey on his tongue at an early age at 5'5". Most men who are 5'5" didn't learn how to have honey on their tongue because they have self-esteem issues from being short their whole life. He was one of the few that was able to alchemize that pain and turn it into a personality that attracted women. But most can't do that.
I will give you that one. That's true. He will be the exception. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me keep going. Let me keep going.
Said nothing but the harsh truth. She said the dating pool is trash because you guys are taking advice from hoes. And when Kevin Samuel said it, you guys wished death on this man. You were angry, you were outraged. But the truth is there's tricks and then there's boyfriends, okay? And it's so true, we're expecting boyfriends to be tricks. But it's like, do we know what tricks do? And what they require? And you're telling women... Listen, guys, I think it's enough now. We've enjoyed them. They were funny. And that's all they were meant to be, is funny. You're not meant to take those women seriously. If you want to be in a healthy, stable relationship, you don't listen to them. Thank you.
What you say? What you say to that, Coco? I saw what you say. Go ahead.
I mean, I think it's period. Like there's nothing else to say. It is funny, it's entertaining. I get it. Like, don't get me wrong, it is entertaining. These women are entertaining. They know what to say, they know how to present it. They're usually aesthetically pleasing in some way. I mean, some of them though, like that Shira Seven girl, I don't know why y'all listen to her. I really don't get why y'all listen to her. But anyway, some of these women, I get it. Like, if you present something that looks attractive, if you can get women to believe that you're somehow in a better position, you're doing really well, like, then I'm gonna want to listen to you, because at this particular time, it's not even really about a person actually being credible. It's about what they can make you believe. It's about perception. So they don't even have to really be credible. They just have to make you believe they're credible. They have to say something that sounds so good to you that you don't even care about the life they're actually living. And these women have been able to literally build whole careers off of just getting in front of you guys and telling you what you want to hear and making you feel better about yourself. And that's it. And it's been fun and it was entertaining, but it's like, is it working? Like, check your life. Has anything that they've told you actually materialized into a better quality of life for you? Has it? Because if it hasn't translated into a better quality of life, I don't care. I'm not talking about them talking you into going into debt to go out and get the girl got it going on car. I'm not talking about them selling you a new product every day. Tummy teas and 360 lipo and veneers and all the stuff they talk y'all into paying for. I'm not talking about, the next Amazon find. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, have they actually said something to you that has materialized into something tangible for you? Like, if they like, what are we doing? Why are we still listening to them? Like, you still single, you still busted and disgusted. Like, why are you still listening to these women at this point? Like, why? So, I mean,
you could say the same thing about the modern Black church. A lot of us go to church and went to church and didn't get the results and have nothing to show for it, but they still go. It's like a trauma bonding, and maybe the same way that people are bonding and listening to these women in the same way that some of these men are listening to men in the manosphere and all this. It's a trauma bonding, and they don't have any results from all this hours and paying money to this thing on the women's side, on the man's side, and also in the Black church sometimes side. They're in there all this time spending hours and spending money, but shouldn't you be married by now? You've been in this church for how long? So maybe as a culture, we just love to hear good words, but not good actions.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah, we
Lana.
love having our ears tickled. We talked about that on another show. Like, I agree. I don't disagree. I don't understand how you still sit up in a church hearing the pastor talk to you about prosperity while he's driving in a Benz, living in $1 million home, and you are trying to figure out how you're gonna put this $20 in a collection plate and get some gas. Like, I don't agree with it either. And I don't know, maybe there's trauma there. Maybe it's like, maybe they're hoping that at some point their time is gonna come. I'm not really sure what makes someone continue to fear. I'm not sure. I really don't know the mental conditioning behind that. But I mean, I feel like it doesn't make sense. Like, I agree with you, but it doesn't make sense, because how do we know everything that we know now? Like, how can we claim to be so intellectual and so, evolved as a people, and we have all of this AI, and we have all Google basically can tell us anything we want to know, but for some reason we can't wisen up and see the, once again, the manipulation that's happening to us every single day. Like, why is it that we can't see that? Or
because we're a culture of marijuana and liquor and not mushrooms.
No, but I mean, it's out, but it's outside of that, bro. Like I said, at the end of the day,
No,
like
no, no,
you
no,
just said,
marijuana and liquor
Coco.
mask. It's our culture. Listen, I've been in this bar when we're trying to have a good time, when we're trying to meet said woman, said man, we're doing it with marijuana and hard liquors. And so that mask, the actual reality of what we're living in this degrading system in this bad neighborhood with all these bad things around, when we shouldn't be comfortable here, but we are because of the marijuana and the hard liquor that we have as a culture. If we took that away and ingested mushrooms maybe 3 or 4 times a year, we would absolutely open eyes and realize this is not where our soul should be. I should not be looking at my brother with this sort of anger. You won't even kill a butterfly when you're on mushrooms. But when you are on marijuana and liquor, you will do the most egregious things because you are numbing yourself to the pain of what you're doing. That's what we have
That's
done
it
as a
right
culture.
there. That's it right there. And that's where I was going with it. I think some people are burying their heads in the sand. I think that some people don't want the truth. I think they're not interested in the truth because the truth is going to force them to do something about their situation. And they're comfortable in their chaos. They're comfortable in their misfortune because without their misfortune, without their chaos, they don't really have an identity and they don't really know who they are. So I think that that's part of it. I think that's a big part of it.
That's how y'all
Outside of
do
that,
it.
outside of that point right there, I don't know what's going on, but I think that's a big part of it.
No, you nailed
Okay.
it.
All right, no, I
Our
appreciate
trauma is
that
our
right there.
identity.
Oddly enough, before jumping on here, I actually did a podcast with a ayahuasca shaman for like 2.5 hours talking about DMT and the psychedelic experience. I personally don't choose that route. I also don't choose to drink. I also don't choose to partake in cannabis. There are other ways to get there. You can meditate, you can exercise, you can struggle and push yourself to do things that are greater than you ever really imagined for yourself. Bro in Berlin, like legitimately, I understand your perspective and where you're coming from. You know, I've been there, especially when I was a lot younger. Like I've kind of been there. But a lot of what we do, we have to take accountability for. So if we're vetting a woman, we need to make sure that when we vet said woman, that we're looking for somebody that is actually to the character we are at currently. Not the character we want to be, not the body we want to have, not the house we want to live in, the route and the house that we're currently living in at that point in time. A lot of people want what's on Instagram and that algorithm just keeps reinforcing it. You know, Coco even mentioned about going out and, you know, looking up an answer on Google. It'll give you the answer that you want to hear. It won't necessarily give you the answer that you actually need to hear and accept in your life. I think that religion is a great opioid. And especially when people don't take the time to study, learn, and listen about what the actual word says, regardless of what Abrahamic religion that is, that places us in these boxes and it prevents us from getting out and being able to be more. And then we become like this society and this culture of struggle when the only thing that we can relate on to each other is struggle versus actual perseverance. You know, the baseball bat I have in the background, I had made, you know, for a season is based on a man named Eugene Bullard. No one really knows who Eugene Bullard is, but he was the son of a slave, went to France, fought in the Foreign Legion, you know, recorded with like Billie Holiday, had a massive club. Like he did so many great things. There's a book on his life called All Blood Runs Red. You know, one of the first main aviators in World War I and fought in World War II. Like this dude was amazing. The president of France gave him a medal on U.S. soil when he actually died because he was working as an elevator operator. Just meaning to say that we have options in our life. We have choices we make every single day. And if we want something better, like if you want a better quality of woman and you happen to be 5'6", you happen to be 3-4 inches, then you need to do some fingertip push-ups and eat a lot of yogurt so that you can satisfy things in other ways, because men have multiple means of being able to qualify for a better class of woman. And we just need to stop accepting the bottom of the barrel. Like, and that's 100% on us. That's our accountability. And granted, beatboxer 6'2", he played collegiate sports. The mentality of being 6'2" is not just a 6'2", it's the idea that he puts the work in. So because of that, his options and opportunities are bigger. And that's based on him. He could have been 6'2" and a loser, and he ain't getting no cut. It's all about what he's willing to put into it. And that's with everybody. That's taking accountability. Like, we as an individual need to take that and then move forward with that. And like, that's all I really got to say. If you want to ask me a direct question, I'll give you a direct answer, like 100%.
No, I think you're absolutely correct. The only reason why I've been successful with women is because I know how to put honey on my tongue and speak and make them laugh and then talk my way into some loving. But
So
and also I think
manipulation.
Come on.
So
that's not
manipulation.
manipulation. No, that's my
So
personality. I can.
So you're
Oh
engaging
my
in
God.
witchcraft. So you got that witchcraft. That's why you have such a problem when I started talking about it. Got it. Oh, okay, I got it. I was
So me
wondering why
being
you
a career
why you
bartender is
backstabbed
me.
that.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
I'm
I
dealing with
get it.
spirits.
I get it.
I've sold spirits my entire life. So yes, I've also and I'm also from Louisiana and Oklahoma. So I have parts of witchcraft in my culture. It's part of who I am.
I
But
get it.
anyway, and
That's
also
why
for the gentleman, I
Oh,
think I'm
come
older
on.
than what you think. But what, you never been to Louisiana? It's a witchcraft culture.
it
That's just the
is.
truth.
I know that.
Okay, I'm Creole. Okay,
Okay, there you go.
I'm Creole from
That's why you
Oklahoma.
jumped
So
all
yeah,
over that. Yeah, I knew
Voodoo
it
is
was
not
something. I
witchcraft.
was picking up on that energy.
I didn't say being Creole is witchcraft, but witchcraft is in a part of Creole culture.
It is. I'm aware.
Voodoo is not witchcraft, brother.
I
It's
didn't say
not
anything about
witchcraft.
voodoo. I didn't say anything about.
He didn't say voodoo. He didn't say voodoo. But yeah, I get it.
I didn't. And again, I think I'm actually your elder, sir. I'm actually older than you.
How old do you think I am?
I think you're younger than 40.
I'm actually 41, so probably younger
I'm
than 40.
42, so I'm your old. I'm 42. I'm your elder. 1982, January 6th. So I'm your elder.
Man.
What is happening?
Hold on, let me let JR get in here. Let me let JR. You've been quiet all day. JR, you want to say something, man?
Yeah. I was gonna say, great conversation, man. Obviously I hopped in late, but I was following, and I think like for me, right, I understand that we like to have the conversation, and there's always like pointing fingers at everyone, right? Men point fingers at women, vice versa, and of course, from the man's perspective, it's like, yeah, women do manipulate men, etc., right? And then with Miss Coco just obviously speaking to a bro in Berlin, she's then obviously, I'm guessing that guys were saying that, men don't manipulate women or don't do as much, but there's ways that men do it, and it's completely different to women. And I just
We
think that,
definitely manipulate women. That's our culture. I'd never say that we don't manipulate women. We do.
and I'm saying maybe I must have missed that part as to why Miss
Okay.
Coco obviously, respond to you in that way. So I'm saying that yes, both genders do manipulate each other, and it's just in different ways, right? And
Yeah.
I think that we are being disingenuous in the sense of, because we know what both genders are capable of doing to each other or what they do to people from experience, what you hear, right? I think it's personally, so we're being disingenuous in the sense of that, you just need to pick better, because there's a lot of people here that are just playing games. There's a lot of people that are playing games. Now, if the person is playing games right in your face, right, I can understand that. But I'm saying between both men and women, a lot of guys are just coming, so a lot of people are coming in and they're hiding their true, they're just playing a game, they're hiding whatever it is that they're hiding. And I think that, yeah, whether it's the man that leaves the woman, sorry, the man that plays the woman or the woman plays the man, I just think it's unfair, because I could have been the POS, and that lady could have been the lovely lady that, we're talking about men are playing. How can she choose better if I've come in a certain way and then I've decided to switch up? I think that's disingenuous from both parties.
Come
This is a
on.
good question.
What is
Good
happening?
I didn't understand the question.
I'm
I'm
just saying,
sorry. I'm
because
bro. I'm trying to understand it. I really am.
okay,
What was the
put it
question?
cool. All right then.
You said good question. What was it?
No, I'm saying right. Both men and women manipulate each other, and I'm
Yes.
saying I think it's disingenuous to say to people when somebody plays the other party that you should have picked better. Now, I'm going to say I agree that if the person is playing in your face with the red flags, yes, you done messed up there. But I'm saying a lot of people don't come in showing their red flags or their true cause, whatever it is. Come in hiding it, and then we're quick to say to people, you should have picked better.
Jesus help me.
Can I please
Answer
answer
that
this? Let me
question.
please.
It's
Go
valid.
ahead, Vince. Go ahead.
Can
Go
we
ahead,
let the
Vince.
elder? Can we let the elder, the whole panel speak? I'm
Go ahead, man. Go
62. I
ahead.
don't think nobody older than me. I don't think nobody
Yeah,
has.
but you got the worst
Wait a
Wi-Fi.
minute.
Oh,
I might have. I'm
Go
on
ahead, Vince.
vacation, so I don't. I'm on vacation. But anyway, I don't believe that, B. But I think that by the time we see the red flags, we too far in because we didn't pay attention in the beginning. I can honestly say, out of every relationship that I've ever been in that didn't work out, I've seen the red flags. I just think it wasn't going to be about. I've seen the selfishness, but no, she's not going to do that to me. I've seen that we wasn't really connecting, but she was a good person. I'm a good person. We can make it work. But it really wasn't a love connection. I had the one my high school sweetheart. I had a child at 17. Oh, we just gonna get married because of the baby. I love her. We can't leave each other alone. But we breaking up every couple months. That should have been a red flag. We breaking up every couple months. Obviously, it's not working. Oh, well, we must love each other. We just can't stay apart. Couldn't stay married a year. So I think if we paid more attention to these relationships before the sexy, that's the problem. We get sexy too fast, and then that distorts everything. Once you having sex, it distorts everything. It just does, especially for women and for men. So I don't believe that. I think that we see the red flags, but we don't pay attention to them, or we think they're gonna change. Oh,
I
well,
got a
she ain't. Well, let me. Oh, well, she. If you go over to her house and the house is nasty, she's a nasty bitch. If you dating a guy and he don't have a job, he not gonna keep a job. Well, maybe I can push him. Well, maybe I can. If she had the right man, if she had the right woman, come on now. Usually we know, we just don't pay attention. Now, if they the Tinder swindler, then that's something different. But people ain't, especially men. Men are not that smart. Men are not. If y'all pay attention for at least 60 days, you'll see his work ethic. You'll see how he treat his kids. You'll see how he treat his mom. If you paying attention. Oh, well, I don't have no relationship with my kids because she don't let me see the kids, and you believe that. Oh, well, I can't find a job because I got this record. Well, you need to leave him alone after that. But he got a record. I'm gonna help him out. Or she got 3, 4 baby daddies, and you're like, well, maybe she just made some bad decisions. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna take care of her. That's our problem.
these red
Because if
flags.
somebody was honest with you, somebody told you that girl wasn't right for you, Joe, but you didn't listen to them. So somebody told you that ain't the one for you, bro, and you just said, yeah, it is. She's sexy.
All right, Mr. Vince, I'll give you that. Right?
I know you will.
All right, cool. I'll give you that. So that means, yeah, that means me, JR, right? I've picked wrong.
Oh,
Cool.
JR. Okay.
So me, JR, I've picked wrong. Fine. I'll give you that, right? So to the married men on the panel, yeah, women that are married or whatnot, right? Cool. So to the married men, you lot are basically saying you pick correct, right?
Of
Or
course.
Oh yeah.
close enough. Fine.
Oh yeah.
So to the married men, if your wife switched up, right, and done something crazy or whatever it is, right? Did you pick wrong?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked wrong. I messed up.
But see, my wife ain't crazy. She ain't gonna find nothing better than me.
Go
That's
ahead,
your
Vince.
ego talking, sir.
No, that you no. You want me to go
That's
get it?
all. That's all,
No,
sir. That's
no,
all
no. It's not.
ego.
No,
That
no.
is
It's not ego.
literally
No,
all
it's not
ego.
ego.
Speak. If you say that
No, it's not
your
ego.
wife's not crazy,
My
she
wife's
won't
not
find
crazy.
anything better.
She won't.
You said
Vince,
my wife's
Vince,
not crazy. She
Vince
won't
is the
find
shit.
anything better than me.
Vince is
Exactly.
the shit.
That's
Vince is awesome.
that's not humility, sir. That's ego.
I, First of all, I don't believe in humility. I believe in gratitude. I'm humble to
If
God. That's it.
you don't
I'm humble
believe
to
in
no man.
humility, you don't believe in humility.
No, I don't. I'm humble to God.
Then life is going to
I'm
humble
humble
you.
to look, bro. Look, bro.
Yes, sir.
You better ask somebody.
Ask who? I don't know who you are. I'm just saying that you're just somebody who said they don't believe in humility. And I just say with alchemy, when you say you don't believe in humility, life is going to humble you.
I say I humble myself to God. I humble myself to no man. Humility, the definition of humility is to don't believe as high. I believe I'm the shit because I am the shit. Period.
That is not the
That's
definition
it.
of humility, sir. I've never
No,
seen that definition of humility
no.
ever.
No,
Where'd you get that definition from?
All right.
look it up. Humility says believing that you are something that you're not. I mean, believing less of yourself. That's what it means. Humility.
Where can I look this up and
that
see
I don't
that, sir?
believe less of myself. I don't.
You said look it up. Where can I look it up and hear that definition that you just said?
Google it. Google definition of humility. What does it say?
Oh, can we go ahead and
What does it say,
do a
D-Bot?
lot? Because I will send you $100 right now, Cash App, if the definition
Okay.
says that.
Okay. We're gonna let you do this one more time, bro. We're gonna let you do this one more time.
What does it say,
Humility,
D-Bot?
a modest or low view of one's own importance.
Exactly.
Humbleness.
I won't
That's
believe
not what you
I don't
said,
have a low
sir.
view of my importance. I don't.
Yeah.
So they just move on. Let's just move on.
All right. Let me jump in.
Go ahead, B-Boss. Go ahead.
Let me jump in because I'm going to go back to the video. So the videos. I'm going to say this. I don't want to take it to a crazy place, but it's interesting that these videos keep popping up now where you see women saying, don't listen to these ladies anymore. Don't listen to this bad advice. You've noticed that, Mr. Price? Like all these videos now they say, oh, no, listen to men. You notice that? You know what this is, gentlemen? You know what's going on, men? You know what's going on? It's called the reach back. Oh, women trying to once they messed their life all up, now they're trying to reach back and try to say, oh, we cool. We've learned our lesson.
Hey, big head.
We've had our Paul road to Damascus moment. So take us back, men, black men in particular. Listen to me. Do not fall for that shit. These women don't like y'all like that. They are just doing these videos.
Which ones?
That part they are, because I'm about to cook.
Which women?
Which women?
I'm about to cook. Go ahead,
So which women? Huh? You said black men. Don't listen to these women.
All the women. All of them. All of them.
No, we're not doing that.
No. Yes, we are. All these women talking about I made a mistake. I've been on 304. I've been jumping on from
you came
to
over here.
penis to penis.
I'm not letting that go. You came over here a couple shows back, and you said that we needed to see more women that actually, you said, why is it that we always see are these women that get on the internet and all they have is negative things to say about black men, and the women, we were talking about how the women that aren't like that, we were talking about, we were having a collective conversation. And
we're talking about the majority conversation?
How, say again?
Was that the majority conversation?
We all were saying, we were in agreement that we needed to see more women that needed to come on the platform and say positive things about black men, and that we needed to have more representation of women who actually have positive, perspectives of black men, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I have been cleaning up my For You page, and I have stumbled upon quite a few. I won't say most or more or all of that. I have stumbled upon quite a few women who often speak well of black men and have positive things to say about black men, and talk to other black women the same way I talk to other black women about how they should change their perspectives about black men, right? So now we're saying that potentially now we're saying that when the women do come on and they actually are saying to other women, stop listening to these shows, now we're saying, oh no, don't buy it, guys.
Yes.
She's running a script.
So, she's running a script.
If we're gonna say we need more women speaking positively of Black men. And then we're going when women do start speaking positively of Black men, now we're going to be suspicious of
I'm
the
going to answer
women
your
that
question.
are
I'm going to help you.
speaking
I'm going to help
negatively
you with what I'm saying. I'm going to help
of
you. Let's
Black
go.
women. So I agree with JR. So now which women, right? So like,
I'm going to help you.
are we potentially now not listening to any woman that comes on the internet and has something positive to say or wants to speak to women and say, y'all, y'all mindset, y'all need to change y'all mindset? Are we now saying that any woman that potentially says, y'all need to change y'all mindset about Black men and y'all need to get y'all mind right about Black men?
Not
Are
after
we
they've been
now
through it.
saying?
No,
Are
not
we
after they've been
now
through it.
saying that we shouldn't be? That men should be suspicious of women now when women do speak positively, because we
That's
can't
vetting.
have it both
Vet.
ways. You
Yes, we
can't have
can.
it both ways.
Yes, we can. Yes,
No,
we
you
can. Yes, we
cannot.
can. Yes, we
Because you
can.
can't. So
Yes, we
this is
can.
why I didn't agree
I'm
about the
Obama.
majority
Yes, we
conversation.
can. Yes,
This is
we can.
why. This is why I didn't agree with the majority conversation, because this is what we do with this stuff, right? So now we're saying that the majority of women are this way. They don't listen to men, blah, 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 blah. So this is what we're saying, right? But then on the flip side, we're saying, okay, for the women that are coming out and are saying positive things and are talking to women and saying, y'all crazy, y'all shouldn't
Miss
be
Coco,
acting like that.
you're-
Now
you're-
we're saying, oh, loop them in and group them in with
didn't say that.
everybody else.
I didn't say
Yes,
that.
you are. You're looping them
No,
in group.
that's not what-
You're saying
I
that
didn't say that.
they're
I didn't
just
say that.
you're basically saying they're grifting.
You put that in there. Most
You're saying not to
the
trust
lady
them,
that
not to believe them. You're saying it.
the lady that did that video is a whore. And if
Okay,
you want to look at her TikToks, well,
but
let
you
me
didn't just
answer
say
you.
her.
No.
You didn't just say her.
Let me answer
But you
your
didn't just
question.
say
Let me
her.
answer. That doesn't
But you
matter.
didn't
Listen.
just say
All right,
her.
listen. I'm going to
You
talk to the
always
men.
talk about
Men.
these women. You speaking, so then you didn't just say her. If you would have just said, I know of her.
There's not a lot of
You
women
didn't
like
just
you,
say her.
Coco or Cole. There's not a lot of
You
women
didn't
like
just
y'all.
say her.
Most
You're not
of these,
gonna do it. You're not gonna
most
do
of these
it.
women
You
are.
didn't
Most
just
of
say
these
her.
women are doing the reach back.
No,
Black men don't listen to these ladies.
All right, hold on. We gotta go one at a. We gotta go one at a time. We can't hear everybody. We gotta go one at a time. We
Not
gotta go
most
one
of
at a
the
time.
women. No, see, here
Most
you
of these
go.
women, it's the
Here
reach
you
back.
go.
I'm
Most
going
of
with
them
the
been
box on this one. I'm going
Thank
with
you,
the
Mr.
I'm
box.
sure you are. I'm
We're
sure
gonna
you
do
Hold
are.
on. Let me
The point
let
is
me let
being
Big
made.
Boxer get his
Y'all
point
gonna have
out.
to decide. Y'all gonna have to
Let me let him
decide.
get his.
Is it we don't trust any women now? Is
I
it
didn't
is that
say
what we're
I didn't.
saying?
Listen. I'm
Are we
saying
gonna
the
be suspicious of every woman?
I'm gonna answer you. Listen. I know you're triggered by what I'm saying. I understand. I get it.
No, don't put me in
What
no
I've
trigger bucket. I'm just calling out the
I'm
foolishness.
no. I
because-
don't mean trigger as in as a pejorative.
Well,
I don't think being triggered. I'm saying triggered because triggered. I get triggered. I'm not using it as a pejorative. I'm not using it as a bad thing. That's a thing that happens. Listen. I know you're mad. I understand. Listen. Black men. Most of these ladies that make these videos are horrible people. They are only trying to reach back because Pookie and Ray Ray had ran through them. So now, and it's getting hard for them. They can't pay no bills. They got a couple babies with them. Now they talk about, oh, I love black men, or don't listen to Shira 7, or don't do this and that. Very few Cocos and Coles in the world out here who are willing to come out here and say, hey, women, be better people. Do not fall for the reach back. Most of these ladies ain't shit. They're doing it because they need help, not because they like y'all. I'm sorry.
I be fighting for my life. I be fighting for my life up here. Y'all don't understand how I be fighting for my life up here. Like, I just, you know what I'm saying? I do. I feel bad for these younger women, because the same way that these 304s is getting on here giving them bad advice, men are getting on here giving young men bad advice too. Like, I feel bad, and I don't care. I said what I said, and I stick by what I said. Like, we can't talk about the 304s. Coming on here and basically, gaslighting a whole generation of women, and not talk about the fact that there are, men, children coming on here doing the same thing. And no, I'm not calling B-Boxer a man child. I'm not even I don't do that. I don't loop and group. So I'm not actually specifically talking about him. I'm just simply saying we gotta keep it real. Like there are men that are coming up on this internet doing the same thing that we're accusing these women of doing. And I'm just simply tired of it. I'm tired of it. It's like now I'm not saying that this woman, I don't know this woman. So I don't know if she's a grifter. I don't know. I'm simply saying, are we now
I didn't say
going to
grifter. I
start
said she's a retired whore.
It's grift. If you're saying that she's this and that, and now she's saying this and that, is grift. So anyway, I'm just simply saying that at some point we're gonna have to something has got to give, or we just not believing nobody at this point at all. Because what is it going to be?
And that's the point that I was trying to make, right?
Man, rock, paper, scissors. We got all right, go ahead, man.
Yeah, that's the point that I was trying to make, right? With what you just said, where, we can't trust no one. The man's coming in this with this version, that's not him. The woman's coming with this version, that's not him. And both people are playing each other, right? Based on this is the man's dealing with a woman based on what he's heard and his own experience and vice versa. And then we're trying to group everybody in together. And then we're carrying those experiences into future relationships. And that's what I'm saying, right? Because of where we are today, I understand what everybody's saying, right? Where, yes, people can show those red flags. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying people are bypassing the red flags somehow, and we're getting into relationships, and people are changing within the relationship, whether it's the man or the woman. So that's what I'm saying.
No, I think you meant. I don't think people changing, JR. I really don't.
So
I talk to a lot of people. I have a lot of friends. Most of them are the way they are, and people.
So
just
that means,
think
Mr. Price, sorry, Mr. Vince, that means a lot of people, man, women, are just shitty people.
Oh yeah.
That's right. That's why don't listen to anybody.
He said they just what? You said they just what people, JR?
Shitty people.
Shitty people.
Oh yeah, that's
but
a
I
fact.
think people know that though. They just don't want to realize it. I think people know that they got. People know what they got.
So these red flags that you're talking
about. A chick know if she got a guy that don't work. She do. A dude know that he got a lazy woman. He do. He just is going to be bothered in that relationship for whatever reason. They might actually get along, but she's not a wife. He's not a husband. See, that's the thing too. Some of these relationships are not meant to be marriage. We stay too long. We stay at the party too long. We supposed to have that one dance and go home. But we want to have multiple dances.
So these red flags, I'm curious that y'all talking about. I keep hearing red flags, look for red flags. People are missing red flags, but it just seems odd to me that there's not as much of a conversation about the red flags that the person is looking for in someone else. Like, does it dawn on people that a lot of times they are the red flags that they're looking for in someone else? Like, they are the issue. It's always someone else. I'm looking for red flags. People know the red flags, but it's like you could be the big red flag, but you don't even recognize it. So I feel like a lot of these, I'm looking for the red flag, in my opinion, that a lot of people don't reflect on is the fact that they can't see it. So what is their blinded? What are they blinded to? Their red flag is their naivety. Their red flag is their passivity. So and that is their fault. That is their red flag. But it's always someone else's red flag. This person was toxic. This person was that. You're toxic. See, that's a toxic behavior. It may not be as aggressive and forward as someone maybe hitting you physically, but if you're accepting it, if you're receiving it and continuing to allow yourself to be abused by that person, that is your red flag.
Yeah. So that's valid. Let me let bro respond. I know you go ahead, bro. Well, let's respond. Go ahead.
All right, I'll be super quick. I just want to ask a question, and anyone in the panel can kind of engage with this or not. In the system of white supremacy, let's say white people have been speaking bad about black people for a long time on the news and saying very degrading things, and we've experienced that. And then all of a sudden, there's a group of white people that come and start saying a lot of friendly, great things. should we not analyze them and still maybe see that they might be racist and speaking with a forked tongue?
I appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
Great question.
Well, do anyone want to answer that question?
I agree with you. That's the point.
Anyone?
That's my point.
Let everyone answer that one though. What about
Now,
you, Coco?
it could lean into cynicism. So I can understand.
Should we not be cynical people?
We should be cautious. We should be aware, but then it can also lead into you're demonizing someone who perhaps has.
I'm speaking about the system of white supremacy. If we've been dealing, let's say for a generation, all you've heard was degrading things from this group of people, and then all of a sudden there's a pendulum switch, and this same group of people is coming and trying to say nice things to you and giving you great affirmations, and you are a great black man. Should we believe them, or should we kind of keep an eye on them and just watch their actions and judge their actions instead of hearing their words?
You definitely
So,
judge.
so I think
What we're talking about.
I think it's a little bit of both. Like, I think that I agree with Joe that you don't want to develop a state of cynicism, because even in a system of white supremacy, right? Even in this system of white supremacy, however, I'm just going off of, I don't really do the whole white supremacy conversation, but in the system, right?
I'm just trying to illustrate a point.
Right. So I'm going to go with your point. Right? So even with that being the case, right?
Yes.
I would just say that we know that this does not necessarily mean that every single person in this system, while they may benefit from it, can't say that they don't, but while they might be in the system benefiting from the system, does that necessarily mean they automatically share the same views? Because
if they're coming back to say these well-wishing words, and if they're trying to be the opposite of the...
Let me get my point out. You asked the question. You gotta let me answer it.
Wait, you asked me a question just then. I was responding to it.
It was a rhetorical question.
I didn't know it was a rhetorical question because it ended. How am I supposed to know that? So that's why would I not respond to it? I'm supposed to know. I'm supposed to know when it's rhetorical.
I'm telling you now.
She responded to you, bro. Let her go and get it out. She responded to you. Go ahead.
Well, no, rhetorical questions are meant to be answered. She may think it's rhetorical on her end, but if I have the skills to answer that question, then you pose the rhetorical question. I should be allowed to answer it.
Somebody talk, dog. I'm about to mute you.
You asked me a question. That's the art of conversation. If you ask the question, you have to allow the person to answer it. Whether you think it's rhetorical or not.
Bro, hold on, man. Hold on.
She asked the question.
I understand, but hold on, Coco.
How am I supposed to? Okay.
Yeah, it's a rhetorical question, right? So
how am I supposed to know it's rhetorical? If I have an answer to this rhetorical question, why shouldn't I answer it?
But if you ask them the question, if you ask them the question though, then we gotta have the conversation. Right. So if
anyone asks you a rhetorical question and you have an answer for it, you should be allowed to answer it, sir.
No, I understand, but you have to do it. You got to do it with some type of structure though. Yeah, see, we got to remember we on a StreamYard platform, right? So when we got multiple people talking at the same time, everybody in the audience can't hear us.
Maybe she shouldn't do rhetorical questions then, because it poses a question.
Hold on, Coco.
How am I supposed to know it's rhetorical?
Bro, hold on. She has that option though. So if you ask them the question,
I have the option to answer the question too, and she can't be mad that I'm trying to answer a rhetorical question.
This is why I said we gotta hold on, dog.
Bro,
this is why I said we got to do it.
Quiet for a second. Just let her get it out.
I was trying to get out my point, and she didn't. She didn't let me get my whole white supremacy point out.
Bro,
so I mean, again,
bro, hold on. I try to run a clean platform. I like to let everybody, get their points out.
What?
But I'm trying to keep it.
Can you read the definition of rhetorical question? I'm looking at it, and it's exactly what. It's rhetorical. It's the implied. It's for dramatic effect. It's not for the answering of a question. Now I know.
How am I supposed to know what a rhetorical question is when it poses a question? Let
me dead this. This ain't about. Hold on, Joe. Hold on. This okay. Let me just go and keep it a buck. This ain't about no rhetorical question. Okay. So I'm gonna keep it a buck. So, bro, I'm picking up something off of you, man.
Okay.
I need you to calm that down. We trying to have a conversation. We trying to do it with some structure. Like I said, I'm not on here trying to shut nobody down, but we got to do it with some structure. It's got to. I'm trying to be cool because I'm hosting
Listen,
this
I
show.
go by I do the Neely Fuller code. All problems are solved through the process of questions and answers. So when you ask a question, you answer it, and
Yeah,
that's how the art of conversation works. That's
but we
Neely Fuller's code. Rest in peace. He's been dead for 3 months now. When we
yeah,
as
but
black
we
people,
gotta do it. We gotta do it with some structure though. See, we keep trying to go past that context, and I'm trying to be cool because I try to
so am I.
maintain some structure on this show. So I need us to follow that and have a level of respect and have this conversation and do it.
Did you freeze? Did Neely Fuller make you mess up?
Yeah.
Thank you, Neely Fuller.
I think they froze. Are you guys back?
No, we back.
Okay.
So let me get the confirmation before we proceed. Are you good with that, bro? You can do that.
I didn't hear your question because you froze. I can't give you a confirmation because I didn't hear what you said. He froze for the last 7 seconds, or am I bugging?
Yeah,
Can
but
you hear me
everything else
now?
you said.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so we got to have this conversation with some structure. So let's say if
Okay.
you're gonna present the question, then she's got to be able to answer it how she sees fit, without you cutting her
Even
off.
if she's
You okay
asking
with that?
questions in that answer, I'm just
She's
getting
got to be able to.
clarification.
She's got to be able to answer it how she sees fit. Are you okay
So
with
when I
that,
hear the questions, I don't respond until she says I can respond. That's the way you.
bro?
I'm
Man,
just
come
trying
on,
to
hold
figure this
on,
out.
bro.
I'm
You
just
don't
trying to
have
figure this out.
no. Hold on, bro. You're not
Okay.
trying to figure it out. You playing games, man.
How you tell? I'm not
I'm
playing
about to.
games.
He's
No,
playing games.
No, you are.
Again, I told you my code is Neely Fuller's code. When someone asks you a question for the art of conversation, you answer that question. So if I hear
No, but
someone ask me a question, I
but
automatically think I'm supposed
tonight,
to answer that
Wait,
question.
this is taking too
bro.
long.
Hold on.
Okay.
But this gonna be on my code. So if you
Okay.
ask the
What is your
question,
code?
if you ask her a question, she's gonna respond to it however she wants to respond to it, and you got to be quiet until she gets done making her point. Are you okay
That's why I
with
just
that?
asked you. And okay, I said I was asking, and if she asks a question in that time, don't answer it. Is that's the position? I'm just trying to make sure until she says that she's done.
Coco, you done with it?
To be completely honest with you, I'm just gonna say this as respectful as I can. I'm done with him. I told y'all before, I don't do the disrespecting. Like, I understand topics get heated and we might jump in and we might jump on each other or whatever. We might want to cut in or whatever like that. A little bit of that is cool as long as we keep it cute, right? But when it starts getting to a point where it's competitive, it's argumentative, and it is borderline disrespectful, is when I have to stop. Because, see, I'm a woman and I do not want to go back and forth with the man. But I will tell you this, that I have the personality that I will. And you're not.
And so do I, but I'm not coming off
You
disrespectful
will
to
not.
you.
You
I'm
about
not
to
calling
get
anybody out
muted.
a
You're
name.
about to get muted. I'm about to add him.
Now you're yelling. I
I'm
haven't
about
yelled
to
at
kick
you.
him off the stage because
Hold
you
on, hold
already
on.
crossed the line of disrespect. You have been so
Cross the line.
disrespectful to
How have I
me.
crossed the
I'm
line?
about to kick. He's about to go.
Hold on, Coco.
He can go backstage. Like I said before, I'm not going to do the disrespect anymore. I'm tired of being disrespected. I'm not about to do it anymore. So if he wants to ask the question and I answer it, I will answer it. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to let another man disrespect me on this platform. You can go. Period. I'm not going to deal with it anymore. And see, you guys don't know because you don't see it because you're not all here. I'm not going to be disrespected on this platform anymore. Period. I'm not. If you want me to answer your question, I will answer your question, but you have to let me do that. You can question me. I don't mind being questioned, but do it with a little bit of respect. Respect who I am as a person first. He cannot come back if that's what he's going to do. He's been argumentative with almost every single person on this panel. Y'all don't see a pattern? It's not just innocent questions. It's not. He's combative and he's argumentative and he's messy. So if he wants to come back on the platform, he's going to come back on with some respect. If he's not going to come back on with some respect, he can go. This is not his platform, and it's not going to become his show. He can get out the comment section and he can get off the live panel, period. And I'm sorry, I don't normally speak up like this, but I'm so sick of people coming on here feeling like they lay claim to this. This ain't yours. It's not. And I'm not about to take no more disrespect on a panel and on a platform that I've helped build. It's not fair to me, and it's not fair to the rest of the people on this panel that come on this show every week to give their opinion and have real conversations. So if he wants to play, he can go play with somebody else. He says he's 42. I'm 43. I got a year on you. So I'm gonna need you to have some respect. If you're not gonna do that, get off our show. Period. And I mean that. And I'm gonna say that with my whole chest. Y'all men are out of line. Y'all have got out of line. Y'all are so disrespectful to women. And you don't think I catch that mess when you come on these platforms and you do that. But I catch it every single time. You are mad disrespectful. Check that. Now, I'm sorry I had to go there. I apologize. I do not like doing that. But point blank, period. I'm not going to do this with y'all no more. Don't come on this panel with that disrespect shit. I'm going to tell you right now. I love the Lord. I do. But if you take me there, I'm going to hurt your feelings. You will lose every single time. You're not going to win an argument with me when you take me there. Now talk to me like you got some respect. Or you can go. Period. I don't care nothing about this YouTube stuff. You got me messed up.
From Detroit.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I think if we let people talk long
Sometimes
enough, you can see what their problem is. And it ain't got nothing to do with his height or his penis size.
That's what I was trying to get to, because I didn't want to be mean to him, but I was like, dude, you're lame, and that's why women don't like you like that.
He wouldn't even let you finish, Coco. You couldn't even finish your statement. He kept cutting you off. I was like, why don't you just be quiet for a minute? You know, it was disrespectful, but as your brothers on this panel, we got your back.
And also, he's had the majority of talk time. Y'all gave him a lot of grace.
You ain't got to worry about it, Coco. We gonna protect
y'all
you.
Gave him a lot of grace in talking.
We don't even have to give him a lot of grace in making y'all.
Yep.
We don't even have to give him. We're not letting him derail the show. We don't have to give him no more airtime. I had my 2 minutes. I'm cool. His question is not worth being answered because he didn't really want to answer. He just wanted to argue, and that's what I picked up on earlier when I was trying to make my point about the manipulation. He just wanted to argue. He didn't really want to answer. And when I see that people just want to argue, that's how I respond to them now, because it's like, you don't really want to answer. If you really wanted to answer, I have an answer for you. We can have any kind of conversation you want to have, but actually have the conversation with me. If you're just trying to argue, we don't do that over here. We're not trying to get ratings by being ridiculous on this platform. That's not how we do it. So take that somewhere else. Maybe they want you over there, on one of them other platforms where that's what they do. We don't do that here.
When you ask him about manipulation, I thought it was interesting that he was actively doing the manipulation. It's
exactly.
Like, what do you
it
mean?
was literally witchcraft.
So he was talking about something that was true, but he didn't apply it to himself as it also being true, which is what I was talking about earlier. How we see red flags in other people, but we don't see the red flags in ourselves. He was also the example of that. But it's not just him. We all have elements of that. We see it more prominently with him at this moment. But there's some things that is not as public as it is with him that is within us. So it's not even to point out just him specifically, but he's talking about manipulation in other people. And a lot of times, maybe there's a lot of manipulation within you that we deny, or whatever issues that we have going on, abuse or whatever. So, hey, y'all gave him a lot of airtime. Y'all let him speak for a lot of time. Brand new person, more than beatboxer, which is a record. So And I wanted to hear what he had to say because he's a new guy. It's like, let me hear what he has to say. Let him
Do I
speak.
speak a lot? I'm sorry.
Let him
I'll
speak and
stop
let him
speaking.
fall on his own sword. So he had his piece. That's just what it is.
Okay,
Let me
move on.
let me just do something because I need to understand this. Let me be blunt, man. Where is this shit coming from? Yeah, like where is this coming from? Like why as men and women we just can't have conversations? Like why does it have to be this little slick shit? Like why does it have to be that? Like I need somebody to explain this shit to me because I'm like we too old for this shit. Like for real.
Well, sometimes people don't want to understand that they just weird, and they want to blame everybody else. They want to blame white supremacy. They want to blame the fact that they short, fat, bald, gray. But it's you, bro. I hope, I hope he looks at this video and sees his part in it. Sees how he overtalks women, how he disrespects women, how he doesn't move with confidence. He doesn't seem like a confident man to me because he kept, well, short men can't do this, and what does anything got to do with short, tall, whatever? You have to have confidence, and I think that if people would see themselves in these videos, then maybe they could be a little better. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I see people just weird, man. Just
Okay.
weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand it, man, because I said we got enough issues out here as it is. You know what I'm saying? We seem to be having the hardest time getting along. And Coco, you can do whatever you want to do with that. I see you looking at it. You can do whatever you want to do with that. But we have a hard enough time getting together in relationships. We have a hard enough time connecting for basic things. And I'm just like, where is this coming from? Like what is this? Like I don't understand it. Like maybe I'm too old. I don't understand it. Go ahead, B-Boss.
First and foremost, I like to say to Mrs. Coco, the matriarch of the show, when I go back and forth with you, I hope it's not you don't feel as though I'm disrespecting you. If I am, I'm sorry. This is my personality, personally. I know you're not talking about me, but I still want to address that because I'm just that person. But I'll say this as young. Listen, I've always said this, and I'll continue to say this, that even though I have harsh criticism of the modern women aren't wrong about everything. And there's a lot of guys like Bro Berlin that walk around who have low self-esteem. And I've mentioned this before, that there's a lot of men who think that anything that they get is great. And he kind of mentioned that. And they feel as though they're more or less entitled to a woman's time, that women should just listen to them no matter what. And that almost all women that they come across are just bad people. And to be honest, with some black men like him, that are like weird and they're kind of out of the community. So you got a lot of that too. There's a lot of, they try to be pro-black on one end, and then some of them will go to Candace Owens level. So you got a lot of things going on right there. All I'm going to say as a younger guy, because I'm a millennial, there's a lot of that going on, and I do feel bad for black women like the Coco, the Coles of the world, because you're going to run into these guys, who, they're just odd people, bro. I don't even know how else to explain it. They're just odd. They believe certain things. They say certain things. They won't let women. They won't let, and you'll see it too, because I saw this on. He would debate me. He would debate you, Mr. Price. He was rude to us too. But it was different for Coca. You could tell. It was like there's something else going on there. I was like, what is that? Like, it's.
He even apologized to you, Bebop. He apologized to you for how he came at you earlier, but he would never. It just doesn't seem like he gives that same grace to
He did it,
women.
yeah. And you could tell guys like that. You can tell, and it's really, for me as a man who now I got 2 daughters. That's off-putting to me, bro.
Hold on.
It just is. Go ahead, Jay.
He was that mentioned that we should give women grace.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, I know. And that was I was like, when he said that, I was confused. I was
This
like,
is bit. This is before I was trying to jump on. 'Cause I was trying to jump on, and
yeah,
then it wouldn't let me. So I'm going back to the show to try and watch. And I heard him say that. Now I'm like, okay. Let me see where this guy's going, because
yeah,
it's not adding up right what he's saying. I mean, you've just told me that women are horrible with power,
yeah,
but give them grace.
yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, as Donovan's just quoted, the nice guy. It's the nice. If anybody go on Reddit and go like Reddit nice guy, and see all these like stories of nice guys, because a lot of these guys will say like, because you have the trope of a guy who's being nice, right, and how women treat them bad. But quite frankly, I think a lot of these guys are, like I said, they're lame. They're just losers. They will take whatever it takes, and they get mad at guys like, you're 6'2", you got tattoos. You're like, yeah, because I can speak. I can look at a woman in the eye. Damn. I'm going to let her finish speaking. I'm going to try to do that. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
Nah,
Yeah, no,
it became uncomfortable.
I'm trying to understand it, man, because like I said, we put this platform together, man, to get people, bring people together to be able to have these conversations, hash some of this stuff out. And I said, and leave with some points or some gems to move better as we move forward in life. And I'm always confused to why we can't just have conversations with some type of structure, and you say what you want to say, I respond, I say what I want to say. Like it's just always this. It's craziest thing to me. Go ahead, JR.
Yeah, nah, like I said, obviously, the last however many shows, right? I've sat down, I've been quiet, I've been trying to think, listen to people, different perspectives. And like I always say, I have conversations with my mum, right? And yes, there's always that notion of, like I said, pointing the fingers at women, pointing the fingers, right? And you don't have a look at yourself. And that's why when Mr. Vince obviously is on, is speaking or whatnot, or when I say something, right? And he jumps up and he just goes all out. It's like, right, hold on. Yeah, it makes sense why he spazzed that way, because what I said didn't really make sense. And that's what I said about pointing fingers every time. And when Miss Cole asked the question the other day, about if I want to get married or whatever, right? And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to get married because I know me, I know what I'm like. Hence what I keep saying, right? A lot of people are coming into relationships today, and okay, we highlight that. Cool. People aren't changing, they're coming in how they are. And I'm saying, but hold on, if they're coming how they are, what is it that from A to Z, what's happened along that journey? Because something must have happened. So I'm saying people change, or is it that we just don't want to accept that this person is just a POS because I benefit from this and vice versa. Just
Yeah.
base the example, right, Mr. Price?
Yeah.
Women are comparing. Obviously, Beatbox probably privy to this. Yeah, Davido, the Afrobeat singer, and Ronaldo, they both just put that heavy shit on their women's fingers, right? Women having a debate now. Would I stay with Davido and he's put his missus through God knows whatever he's put her through, right? But from the outside looking in, Ronaldo hasn't put his missus through that. But it's like, did Davido already be that and just carried it onto the relationship, or did he change? Because then I can see the benefits of her staying with him. So is it okay for him to just be a POS? And then for Ronaldo and his missus, we don't know nothing. If something happens there and somebody changes, do we blame that person where we thought both of them were good and somebody changed? Why do we blame the person that didn't do no wrong? Because I know we keep saying you picked wrong, but I'm sorry, if that person is a piece of shit, like I said, I know me, I can be that person too. Why am I gonna let that person take the blame? My ex, I kept saying she left me, right? She left me. How easy is it to say that she left me? Do you know why she left me, Mr. Price? I didn't listen to her. Does that make sense? I didn't listen to what she was. I didn't listen to her. But I know I was the one that was the piece of shit in the relationship. She did not pick wrong. I just became right to wrong eventually. That's when she's realized this is wrong for me. But I said in the previous panel, she's left me. Why do women leave? You see how it's easy for me to point.
No, I understand what you're saying, JR, and that's why I said I think, once again, let's see, you're making a valid point, but there's still some validity to the statement that we have to pick better. But I think in addition, we need to add to that, we also have to hold ourselves accountable as well. Yeah, we all have issues. Like we all have some type of problems. Yeah, but typically what we don't do is we don't look at self first. And I've said this before. We typically will look at the other person first. We don't look at self first. Yep, and a lot of times in these situations, let's just be honest. Sometimes we just be the problem. Like, let's just be honest about it. Yeah, sometimes folks just immature. Let's say we just got a chance to witness some of it. Yeah, but I guarantee you, some of what we just witnessed, and I know somebody didn't look at self first. Yeah, because I can already tell based on the conversation and some of the responses, it was one of them situations where somebody always think they right. Yeah, but I could tell how my man was talking and how he was responding and all the cutting folks off and he can't understand rhetorical and all that. And it's like, bro, you ain't always right, bro. Yeah, you're not always right. And I think that's part of our issue. It's like we don't want to hold ourselves accountable. We don't want to look at self first. Yeah, we just want to point the finger. We want to try to act like it's somebody else. And it's not always somebody else. Sometimes it's just you. And you just whack. And what B-Box will say, you just lame. Like it just is what it is. Yep, and to B-Box's point as well, a lot of these females out here, they ain't always wrong. Yeah, some of this stuff they saying about some of these fellas, I be seeing it too. Yeah, I be seeing it. Yeah, some of the stuff I hear from the fellas these days, I'm gonna be honest. I'll say to myself, man, she'd be crazy to hook up with this cat. He's a whack one. Like, we just gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, but we gotta look at self first, man. That's where it starts. Yep, that's where it starts.
Say that again, please. He's a what?
Say it again.
The guy's a what? Sorry.
No, some of these cats just whack. Like it just is what it is. They
No,
just whack.
There's a word that you said.
Oh, lame, whack. It's a couple things, but I'm just it is what it is. Some of these dudes
are
just off.
Well, he also just last thing, something I caught that was kind of like an aside that he made, which is interesting. When Chloe said, "I'm a Christian, I believe in Jesus," he said something earlier that he said he deals with a lot of spirits. He admitted to dealing with where he comes from, his profession, just like literally handing out spirits to people. If you're doing that to other people as a bartender, you're getting something back in return. That to me was like a disruptive spirit. That was I don't think that was him.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting how you had to call back like, hey, yeah, I'm a Christian, I'm a God fearing, and it was kind of like, there's a connection here.
Yeah. He has something on him. I believe that, but that's why he took to what I said when I started talking about manipulation as witchcraft. That's why it triggered him so much, because it shouldn't have. I mean, manipulation and witchcraft do go hand in hand. They do, literally. Like when you engage in witchcraft, you are manipulating a person or a situation in your favor. It's manipulation. So how is that confused? It's not confusing. Why did you get triggered by that? Right. So I already picked up on the energy there. But I'm like, but we can have the conversation. I don't mind having a conversation. You can question me. I don't mind that, but let's just do it genuinely. Like, let's have a genuine conversation. Let's do it genuinely. But when I feel like, when I feel like that's happening, like you were kind of manipulating me, and I feel bad for allowing it. That's on me. That's not on him. I feel bad for even allowing him to be able to take me down that road. But I could feel, I almost said it in the comments, like he's argumentative, like he's combative, right? And I almost said it in the comments, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. But I almost put that in the comments because that's the spirit that I was picking up on him. like a very disagreeable, combative, argumentative spirit. Because even when somebody was saying something that he agreed with, he would first disagree and then think about it and go, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. Why is your first inclination to do that? So he definitely has something on him. And if I wasn't so distracted by actually trying to keep the conversation on what we were talking about, I probably would have been able to discern spiritually what was on him outside of just the argumentative and the combative, because that was obvious. But there was something there, I mean, even when I was talking and I got tongue tied and I was like, just getting tongue tied.
Yeah.
He went straight to a sexual
Yeah.
comment. And you saw me pause, like I was trying to decide how I wanted to handle it. Like,
Load
because
it off.
even that was disrespectful. But I just played it off and was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And I just got back to what I was trying to say, because that was most important anyway. Just getting back to what I was trying to say. But
But it happens
yeah,
quickly. Sometimes it's not as, it happens fast. He's good. He's good up to a point because he has the gift of gab. He knows how to talk. He knows how to kind of play emotions and words. And you have to kind of, it's not always something, oh, I should have caught it sooner. I think he caught it soon enough. It could have got a lot worse. So it stopped, but it went on maybe an extra 30 minutes than it should have. But that's the master manipulator. You caught it, and then he's manipulating the fact that you caught it, and you're like, well, okay, whatever, maybe scatterbrain. That's what they do, and sometimes it takes a minute to step back and go, whoa, hold on, wait a second, this happened. All right, time for you to go. But you're not gonna always get it on the first try, second try, third try. That's just the way it is sometimes.
Yeah, no, I understand. Herschel, let me let you say something, Herschel. Then we're gonna get up out of here, man. Go ahead, Herschel.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it goes back to the whole thing I was talking about, like the possibility that again it goes back with unresolved issues. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, what I got from it, I could be totally wrong, but what I got from it is that like maybe somewhere around his lifetime, when you spoke, being a strong woman and speaking, having a voice, it triggered him. Like somebody in his past may have been abusive in that way, verbally, in a female, like maybe a mother role or somebody. And then even with the other, like combating with the other dudes, like I got a bully mentality out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the bully mentality, because I think, that the bullies usually mess with people that they're intimidated by. So as guys noticed, I spoke and I said something, but he didn't even bother me. So maybe he didn't see me as a threat, or maybe he just didn't want to. I don't know. But whatever the case, I saw he did attack the other people. I feel that he probably had a little intimidation by, and that's insecurity, and that shows like that bully mentality. And so, yeah, he was really, I don't know. I mean, I just couldn't. I don't know. But I think again, it goes back to what people we have to resolve these issues, man. We gotta get ourselves together as people, just in general. We got to be honest with ourselves, look at ourselves in the mirror, and just be able to just say, like, what am I doing wrong? Or where, who steered me wrong? Or now, and then take responsibility as a grown adult. You're in your 40s. You know what I'm saying? By this time, should have been, like, I don't know, maybe hopefully this might have been the first time somebody put him in his place so he can realize it. Because it seems like up to this point, probably nobody has. Nobody's exposed it. That's why it continues to perpetuate. Like that's why it was so comfortable and it was so easy for him to do that. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about it. I just think, it was just a lot of it's deeper than, and it's also like you said, some of that stuff that he may be diving into might have had his, upbringing, but it goes back to something, some type of trauma or something. Got to.
Yeah, no, that's real. All right, man, we're gonna take some closing and get up out of here, man. Yeah, I hope one day we can get this together, man. Like I really do. Yeah, some of my fellas out here, man, we got to do better, man. Like it's like how somebody, and I'm not even trying to make no excuses, because I said I know some of my ladies out here be on some nonsense, but how are some ladies supposed to follow this garbage? Like let's be for real. Yeah, like if you can't even sit down as a grown ass man and have a conversation with a woman, with other men, like without all this nonsense and game playing and shucking and jiving and all this BS. It's just like how is some woman supposed to be able to follow that? Like, how is she gonna look up to that? If how was she supposed to want to partner with that and build like, yeah, the message is disappointing. Yep, it's really disappointing. That's why I kept trying to take it back to having some structure. It's just like you can't expect nobody to want to partner with that. Yeah, what is it gonna be like when it's you and her having a conversation trying to resolve an issue, like and you always running off at the mouth, like you can't even control yourself enough to just be quiet and listen for a couple seconds to hear what her response is. Like, bruh. Yeah, man, I'm disappointed, man. Let me take some clothes and we can get up out of here, man. Coco, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, taking it back to the conversation. Is it worth it for Black women to get married? Yes, it is. It absolutely is. I think only if she understands what the covenant of marriage actually means. And I think that every young woman that is considering marriage should take the time to want to learn what marriage, what it actually means, right? Just foundationally, what's the importance of it? Because when people have the conversation about the piece of paper, it's valid to talk that through with people. Let's stop dismissing when people have questions like that, and let's actually talk it through. As married people, we should be able to communicate and explain to them why it's important beyond just a piece of paper. We should be able to articulate that, right? Because they're getting, like Victoria said, they're getting it from the loud and wrong people. And maybe we, those of us who are successfully married and those of us who have been married and see the value in it, should start having the conversations with them saying, this is why, right? And the proper view of what marriage is. Because I just think that people don't understand what marriage really is, how to properly go into it. And I think that's part of it, right? I don't want to gloss over what JR said earlier. Like, I think we need to call that out. And unfortunately, JR, you were trying to make a point too at one point in the conversation, and it got overshadowed. And I'm sorry for that. But basically, you're saying you actually are doing the work, right? You are doing the work. So you're instead of blaming, you're past the point of I just want to blame somebody else for everything. And you're like, what can I learn from this? Is there something I can learn? That's what being in relationships, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a familiar relationship, that's what being in relationships do. That's another reason why marriage is valuable. We are going to struggle. Not saying you can't do it single. I'm not saying that. But marriage certainly helps you reach certain levels as a person, personally, because it does hold a mirror up to you. Relationships can do that too. Hold a mirror up to you and forces you to take a look at yourself and go, okay, is there something about me? Is there something I need to change? Do I need to work on this? This person is saying, I have a problem with this person, but the problem that I'm having with them, is it actually a them problem or is it me? And it's something about me that I actually need to work through, and then I can be a better partner for them, right? And you're doing that work, JR, which means you're setting yourself up for success in your future relationships. That's what you're doing, right? And that's what we all are supposed to be doing, whether we're married or not. Even in a marriage, you're supposed to be doing this. Right? That's how you have a healthy marriage. That's how you get to a point where you're not running the TikTok, crying your eyes out in front of strangers, talking about you unhappy with a good man. You should have did the work before you came to TikTok. You should have and when you came to TikTok, you should have said your conversation, but should have been completely different. You should have been talking about how you experienced this and you experienced these feelings, and you sat down and you did the work, and you had to realize that it was you were the drama, right? That's what you need to be doing. That's what you need to be doing, right? So I would say, is it worth it? Yes. I feel like we need to be having more conversations like this to speak to the younger generations and the people coming after us, to tell them why it's worth it. And unfortunately, I think for Black women, I'm just going to say the thing that I'm not supposed to say. Not all of y'all, because some of y'all have been called to be single, and that's what your calling is. And so that's that. But for the rest of y'all that have not been called to be single, y'all just single because y'all ain't got it together. You Black women, it's best for our survival if we're attached to somebody. We don't need to be unattached. We need to be attached. We need to be married. Married is what you need to be. But get you a man, girl. Get you a man. Okay? Because we're, as Black women, we are under attack in so many different ways. We are under attack in so many ways. And we need that. Our men are our first line of defense. Emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, all of that. Get you a man, girl. Because part of the reason why you're going through what you're going through is because you don't have a man in your life that is going to stand up and be that protection for you. Get you that so you can have some leadership, some structure, and you can put that credit card down, pay them debts off, and you can get your life right.
That's real. Some gems right there. Some gems right there. She said, ladies, get y'all a man. Attach yourself to the right one, though. To the right one. That's the key. To the right one. All right, let me check in with Herschel. Herschel, what you want to say before we get out of here, man?
Okay, going back, I think that we need to normalize mental health in seeking and getting it, and stop making excuses. Like a lot of times people say excuses saying they can't afford it or they don't have insurance for it. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. U of D Mercy is a university, whatever. They offer free counseling. Free, there's tons of free therapy out here. So you can do it. You can get it out. You can get it for your families, for yourself. Because again, this is the reason. I mean, this is part of the reason as to why people are not equipped. They don't have the tools to be able to be a wife or to be a husband, or to even just to be a union, to be a unit, be a husband and wife. I mean, that first video where the lady was talking about she really pretty much just spit on the vows. I mean, like, come on. I mean, that's the whole gist of the thing. I mean, that's what getting married is about. You saying those vows. That's what you're supposed to do. And she said, don't do that. So you're pretty much just saying, just don't be married. You're not marriage material. But that's what I was want to say. Just we gotta dive in and deeper as far as like these young daughters too. You gotta rear these daughters up into how to be wives, not just women, but wives. And by doing that is by, if you see something early on, get them the help they need. You know what I'm saying? Or, if you can't, like I said, if you can't do it, like I said, find somebody else that can probably do it and help them. Because it started all this stuff that we're seeing, even the blow up with the dude that was on here. That's from childhood. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. That's from childhood. That's from something somewhere, and it could have been prevented. So, and then we could have had a better show. But no, no, I'm just, but for real though, just that's all I'm saying. Yeah, we got, but with Black women, we should. Black men should be married too. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I mean, I've been married before. I've been divorced before. Like currently, right now, I'm currently single. 15-year-old son. He's primarily with me. I take care of him. I do what I got to do. I make it happen. I pat myself on the back. I know what I do. But I'm gonna say it's difficult. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? It ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? It would be so much easier if I had that wife. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all I'm gonna leave with that.
No, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Beatbox, it's on you, man. Go ahead.
Shout out to Herschel. I always like when you come on, bro. You're like a father almost. It's like awesome just to like listen to you speak.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. To the topic, marriage is marriage worth it for Black women? Yes, it is. It helps build wealth. It makes your life so much easier. And again, for Black men, I always reiterate, it's great for both parties. I will say though, after kind of what just happened, is it? Mr. Price, I've said this before, and I said it again. I've said it's kind of over.
Right.
But I've said it because of the women's side, but I gotta be honest. It might be because of some of these guys out here too. Like I mentioned, I have 2 daughters. They're really young, right? I got a son. Some of the stuff that I hear some of these guys say and believe is insane. And I really feel bad for the women like a Cole because they got to deal with these stupid dudes out here. And I don't know how you fix that, right? I don't know how you fix that. So just like women, you have to vet better, but you're dealing with it's kind of like I just feel bad. I do feel bad for black women because you're kind of in a trick bag. If you do say something, you're going to deal with a guy like me who's going to be like a little leery of you, or you're going to deal with the guy like a Bro Berlin. There's a lot of those guys out there, and they believe that he's not going to say it, but they believe the community should burn. They believe that because they're not attached to nobody, so they don't care. They got no kids, they got nothing, so they don't give a damn. So I'm afraid for black folks. I really am, because you got guys like that running around, believe in certain things. All the guys like me, like we're getting all the women. That's not true. I mean, I got my fair share, but I don't know, man. Like I'm afraid for black women. I really am. And this is a guy coming from a guy who's married to a white woman. I'm afraid for y'all because y'all dealing with a lot of stuff. And there's a portion of you guys that have nothing to do with what's going on, but you're going to be collateral damage. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. Appreciate that right there. Let me get this comment. Let's see. Victoria Williams said, "Let's see. Okay, it makes me happy not to be in the dating pool." And I understand that.
Me too.
Yeah, I can understand that. I'm trying to figure out how to turn this corner. Yeah, because I said at the most basic level, you got to be able to communicate with each other, like at its most basic level. Yeah, we see all of these situations out here. You know, we got all these folks out here trying to make these excuses. And listen, some folks are making excuses, you know what I'm saying, for why stuff is not working out right or why things is not going the way they think they should go. And like I said, at the end of the day, a lot of it's those people. Like those people are problematic. So this is why things are not working. It's not always the other sex, the other gender. No, it's just you. So we just gotta own that, you know. And then we try to throw an excuse on there. Oh, I'm happy being single and I protect my peace, you know, all this other nonsense I hear. And it's just like, just call it what it is. Just say you ain't figured out how to do it because you can't get off your own, can't get out your own head, can't get your own self together. And it's not gelling with other people. Like, just call it what it is. Just own it. Yeah, but I think that, you know what I'm saying, it comes with a level of maturity that you have to get to where you can just own it and be like, you know what, I'm just not where I need to be. I ain't on point. Yeah, so maybe I need to get in this gym, get myself together, you know, get my money up, get myself stable, you know what I'm saying, deal with some of this past stuff I had going on so I could go into this new situation in the right mindset, you know what I'm saying, coming with the right foundation. But folks just don't want to own that and take that position first, you know what I'm saying, before they try to get into these relationships. So they come up with all these excuses. Yeah, and it's unfortunate. Yeah, but then you have a situation like this where, like I said, we literally trying to, because that's literally why we're here. Like, we're literally trying to give folks a platform to be to be able to have these conversations and be respectful about it and go about it the right way. And, you know, we try not to cut folks off, and we try to keep some order and let you talk, and then you stop and let this person talk and so forth. And it's like we still a struggle. Yeah, and I'm just, man, I'm disappointed. Like, I'm really disappointed. Yeah, because I expect certain things from the men. Yep, I always go back to what I stand on. Men gotta set the tone. Yep, in order for these things to go the way they need to go, in order for families to improve, in order for broken homes to be restored, men gotta set the tone. But if the men is out here acting like some clowns, like the tone is jacked. Yep, if men out here on some old sassy, funny stuff, the tone is jacked. Like it's not gonna work. So yeah, man, I'm disappointed, man, because I said I'm pushing for fellas to turn the corner, man, but then I see another example of cats just dropping the ball. Yeah, it's disappointing, man. Cole, I know you just hopped on here, Cole. You got some internet over there? What we got?
I mean, a little bit.
All right, cool. You want to say something on this before we get up out of here?
I mean, overall, solid show. I was trying to hop on and kick dude off for real. I'm like, you lucky my connection is terrible. I'm like, you was straight lucky. I'm like, look, we ain't about to do that. We ain't about to do it. But to the question for the discussion, is marriage worth it for Black women? I believe so. But we just don't want just marriage. We want it, we want it to be a fulfilling one. I ain't just say happy. I said fulfilling for a reason, because I think that more so implies teamwork, sacrifice, and doing what you need to do to make sure things are done. And I don't understand why it's so hard. I don't. I thought this is supposed to be. I wouldn't say the process got to be super easy, but I really feel like I don't know what's going on, but it's disturbing to know that you really got to go through all of this to find one person to live life with. Like, it's crazy. But I do think marriage is definitely worth it for Black women. As Big Box said, others said, it is a pathway to wealth. And that's another thing. It's like, I don't know if people having, certain conversations are not thinking about, the like biblical and spiritual reasons behind marriage, or they're just trying to just do what it do. I don't know. But I'm just like, if you just a clown, just stay, in your corner. Just stay in your corner, because people really trying to figure it out and find the right one and do life with. Because like, especially like Coco said, the evident attack on Black women is crazy. It's straight crazy. Like, is if it wasn't evident at any time, it definitely is now. And people don't care. They do not care.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I know you wanted to get up on here, get it off your chest. That's all you want to say. You good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure you had your chance to say what you wanted to say. Go ahead, Coco.
Real quick, I just wanted to say this before everybody got off. Like, I want to do this, right? Like, I know I was irritated, and y'all was. I was irritated, y'all. I went there. Okay, I did. But I want to apologize to you, Quay, because I do not. I never wanted to be perceived as though I think that disrespecting you is okay, right? I was just annoyed, but that definitely is not okay. Um, Especially because this is your platform. And I think I was just getting annoyed because as you were explaining to him, he was being disrespectful to you too. Like, while you were actually trying to explain to him, and I'm telling y'all, I was trying not to talk. But as you were explaining to him why it's important for us to have some structure, he was being disrespectful to you. And I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm about to kick him off the stage. Like, I can't, like, he won't even listen to the the creator of the show, he won't even listen to you. And I'm like, his level of disrespect is off the charts. Like, I can't even stand it. So it was burning me up. I ain't gonna lie. But I apologize because this is your platform. And anyone that comes on this platform should respect that. Everyone and anyone, right? So I want to say that visibly too, while everybody is on, like, that I apologize that, because I didn't mean to come off disrespectful. So I wanted to say that.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Like I said, I really was I was trying to have a conversation with my man, but as as we were having a little back and forth, the maturity just wasn't even there. And I'm just like, okay, now you playing games, and it's just like you. I'm trying to provide the platform, but it's like you playing games. You playing like you don't know what you're doing, and it's like I can see right through you at this point. So yeah, it's sad, and that's why I said the only way I can define it is, or only way I can describe it is, it's disappointing. Yeah, it's disappointing because I said these are some of the guys. I said I'm not trying to make excuses, but these are some of the guys that the ladies be talking about. Like, these are them, and that's it in the flesh right there. Yeah, so I mean, let's say once again, we got to look at ourselves first, man. We got to do better, man. We got work to do. That's just what it is. The fellas got work to do. The ladies got work to do. But like I said, I always stand on the fellas got work to do, because I said we got to set the tone out here and we got to restore the order. But like I said, if you can't even have a conversation and move with a certain level of maturity and respect and structure, then you already off to a bad start. And I said that's gonna be a problem. I don't care who you get with. But man, let me get us up out of here, man. I ain't gonna keep going with it, man. Shout out to my panel. Shout out to Coco, Herschel in the building. Shout out to Cole. Shout out to Beatboxer, JR. Joe was on early. Oh, my bad. I almost slipped up. Sorry about that, JR. You
Nah,
want to say
that's all
anything
right.
before we got out there, man? No,
Yeah, no,
you
that's all right.
behind
That's
my
all right.
logo, so I didn't see
Nah,
it. Go
that's
ahead,
fine. It's
JR.
fine. Yeah, now I was gonna say, obviously, once again, great conversation. I'm quite annoyed that I didn't jump on from the beginning as normally do. But yeah, just going off, just start off point one, my first point, with what Miss Coco just said, in terms of apologizing, right? We as men on the panel and the men watching and whatnot, we can all sit here and be like, you know, thank you for apologizing, right? Because you think that you went out of character. Now, I'd also say, if you didn't apologize, I'd also understand it. And as a wife, I know you're saying that, you probably feel like you stepped out of line, this because your husband, etc., right? But I don't think you did, because the conversation was going somewhere. The guy started going left. I'm sitting and watching, and your husband is pretty comfortable with you dealing with the situation, right? That's all it was, to the point where I think even Mr. Vince tried to say something to him before Mr. Quay even jumped in, you know? So I don't think that it's a case that you need to apologize, but I understand the apology, I understand, right? So we appreciate that, but we're saying that you didn't have to. But like I said, we understand because obviously, husband, wife, and all that stuff, so I get that. Now, obviously, onto you, about black women getting married. What, should they get married, or do they benefit, whatever it is? No, I don't think they should until, the conversation from the men's side is improving in terms of actions, Now, that's not to say that women don't have to improve, but this is me taking accountability on my side as a man, because, you know, I know how to pick women. I've been in 2 relationships, right? And like I said, none of them was ever toxic. No arguments, no nothing. That was 2 good women that, if I was ever serious, yes, I was my first one for 4 years. Yes, she ended up leaving me. Yeah, it's easy to say that, right? But maybe I took too long to maybe be serious or propose or something like that. The second one, yeah, because I've been in the game for too long. Yeah, when my first ex left me, I wasn't disappointed. Yeah, charged to the game, women leave. And then the second one, yeah, she gonna leave too. It is what it is. Then I'm starting to sit and be like, okay, cool. Why am I having these issues? And having a conversation with my mum, numerous times. I'm her son, right? She gonna tell me the truth. She mentioned something along the lines of the way I sound like I want to be a dictator, right? The way I come across. So I'm like, damn, you know, that sounds like my dad. And that sounds like a person who also got left by his wife. And my mom always references that. You like your dad, you like your dad. Now, my dad was, of course, he wasn't a womanizer in terms of out there, you know, ladies and whatnot. He was respectful to my mom, but hey, he cared about his feelings. And I'm the same. I care about my feelings. But I'll still do my part, but I just care about me first. And we're talking about being selfish. And I think for me, I just thought in a category of, yeah, I'll get women, I'll replace you. It is what it is. But now that I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my results. Yeah, this seemed to be short term rather than long term because of my actions. Hence why, like I said, when you speak, Mr. Quay, when I say something crazy, Mr. Vince, you know, gets onto me. It's like, okay, I said something crazy. Yeah, listen to what they're saying and then charge it to the game and apply it to yourself. Okay, that makes sense now. So, like I said, Miss Cole's previous question, no, I don't want to get married. Not because of the women. I got to stop blaming them. What about me now? What am I doing with the right steps? Am I even in the right frame of mind to get married? No. But I'm saying, yeah, these women out here ain't ready to get married. Da, 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 da. So, yes, black men, for women to benefit from marriage, hey, we got to come in correct, man. We got to come in the right way and we'll benefit and they're going to benefit too. Yes, we'll bring up issues, but we'll see them fall back in line once we start applying ourselves properly. So, once again, we know what we need to do. And I know what I need to start doing myself as an individual.
That's real. It's real. Appreciate that closeout. All right, my bad. I ain't mean to pass over you, man. Let's see, you was behind the logo, so that's why I couldn't see it.
All right, that's okay, Mr. Finch.
No doubt. All right, man. Once again, man, shout out to my panel, man. Coco, Herschel, Beatboxer, JR, Cole, Joe was on here earlier, Vince as well. Yeah, man, another productive night, man. Shout out to Civil as well. I know he was on here earlier as well. He in the comments right now. But yeah, shout out to Civil, man, joining us as well. But yeah, I think another good conversation, man. Reveal some things, you know, some good things, you know, some good gems was dropped. But yeah, we really got a chance to see some of our issues real time. Yeah, we got a chance to see that. And like I said, that's the type of stuff that bleeds into our relationships and causes collapse. So yeah, let's we really got to look at what we doing and how we moving and address some of this stuff. To Herschel's point, I think some of this stuff is ingrained from childhood. Yep, and we really never addressed it. Yeah, because I said a lot of folks take this position that I'm good. Yeah, I got my money, I'm good. I got this job and this title, I'm good, but not thinking about the fact that you never addressed some of those things that's sitting in your character. You never address some of them things that you know what I'm saying are some of your negatives. So yeah, we really got to look at self first, man. That's all I can say, man. But like I said, shout out to my panel, man. Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. Comments went crazy, man. Yeah, shout out to my moderators out here, you know what I'm saying, handling biz as it needs to get handled, man. Like I said, this is Kandid Konvos, man. We try to bring the platform to the people, man, to give us a voice out here. But my demand or my expectation is that we use it correctly. Yeah, that's my expectation. We got to use it correctly. Yeah, it's a lot of work that goes into Kandid Konvos, man. Y'all don't see the work on the back end. It's a lot of work that goes into Kandid Konvos, man. And what we not going to do is let it get messed up or let it get tainted with this nonsense, man. I don't like this nonsense. So, yeah, man, at the end of the day, man, we got to do better, man. But, man, we do this show every Wednesday night. We go live 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook, man. And shout out to everybody who continues to support the platform. Yep, shout out to everybody who come on here consistently every Wednesday night. You know what I'm saying? Giving your hours, man, to contribute to the conversation, to try to affect some change in your own way. Yeah, we appreciate it, man. The platform wouldn't be what it is without that. So shout out to y'all. But, man, Long day, long night, man. But with that being said, everybody have an awesome night. We're going to catch y'all next Wednesday.